And chat. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where today we are finishing the Aroma Reborn Relic grind at long last. Huzzah! And then we're probably doing some MSQ. So, let me bring the stream crew back on.
I'm gonna.
Hello.
Hey!
I'm just gonna check the Wolves Den and see if the mask from there is good enough for that.
What are you doing now?
Which I'm
Talking glam. Talking glamours.
Ah, I gotcha.
So.
Oh yeah, there's people are asking about Wind Up Loreweaver. Hang on.
That secret level 100 character where you've already cleared all the cemeteries.
Yeah.
And then you reveal after you finish Dawn Trail, you say, "I'm sorry, I've lied to you this whole time. I've been the biggest Final Fantasy XIV nerd you can imagine."
Yeah. Speaking of which, I have finished MSQ for Dawn Trail. I had not done that last time we met, but now I have.
Nice.
This mask should do the job. I've just linked.
Okay. Well, that's of no help to anyone except me and Teddy. So.
I know.
But anyway. Yeah. So yeah, I've got a couple jobs up to level 100. So far, my favorite capstone ability is the Dark Knight one, because Dark Knights get to go one-winged angel.
Nice.
Like literally, a fucking angel wing spawns from one shoulder, and they do a big Sephiroth slash, and it's like, okay, all right,
Cool.
we'll take that.
My favorite capstone ability is the Crafter capstone ability.
Yeah, what did they get at level 100?
Your next action costs no durability,
Oh.
and it uses 0 CP to use.
Ooh.
So it's just
There you
basically
go.
you get to use it once per craft.
Mm-hmm.
I also like their 98 ability, Immaculate Mend, which just completely refills the durability of your craft.
Oh yeah, I bet that casts a lot of GP though.
Only
Or CP.
112.
Oh, okay. Oh, ooh. That's actually that's surprising considering the like.
Kinda makes Master's Men look like dog shit.
Yeah, exactly. Because like Master's Men costs 88, right?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, and that only restores like 10 or 30 points. Yeah, that's absurd.
I like the pattern that's been happening with Paladin over the expansions. Like in Paladin for Shadowbringers, they gave me my favorite Paladin skill, Confiteor. For Endwalker, they gave me it 3 more times. For Dawn Trail, they gave me another one.
Yeah. The pattern on the level 100 capstones is very funny. I don't know if they're all like this, but the pattern I've noticed is that they took what was already a 2-minute cooldown and just added another button on top of it. Like literally, you press your 2-minute cooldown and it transforms into a new spell ability. And sometimes it's thematically very irrelevant. Like the one-winged angel thing with Dark Knight comes from Steam. So the combo, the perfectly sensible 1-2 combo is summon a shadow, summon a shadow clone to fight for you for a few seconds, and then after that become Sephiroth.
Nice.
Okay. Anyway, so
Stream crew sounds a little low. I'll turn them up real quick. The occasion for the Lalafell is that Minda, Di, and I were discussing character creation, and Minda suggested we should all make wind-up versions of ourselves as Lalafells, so
yeah,
we did.
For me, Wind-Up Zaminda is just my main character because I play a Lalafell.
Yeah.
And the appearance of Zaminda is based on my main character, just as a cat boy instead of a Lalafell girl.
I do have a Lalafell alt. I don't play as much. He's an old Dan loyalist who wants to be on the Syndicate. His chocobo has golden feathers and golden armor. because and it's named Divinity because on the fountains in Uldar is the carving. Divinity is the color of gold.
Ha.
That's cute. So, where we're going today?
Before you say that, I have a
game
question. I have a question
Yes.
because there's something I've never seen before. Spence
Okay.
Synchron on my friends list has a PlayStation icon next to the language section. Is that visible on? Has that been visible for me for this entire time?
No, I've never seen that before
I've
myself.
never seen that before. That might be a new thing to tell you if people are playing on PlayStation.
Huh. Is that
That's
visible
nice.
for me now?
Language PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. It
That
might just literally be a new UI thing,
Cool.
Yeah.
because they do update the UI like that sometimes. So we are heading to Northern Shroud first, because we gotta do some shopping.
Okay.
And also, once we get together, Di, could you hand out the crafted items as well while we
Sure thing.
are, yeah. That way we just have everything. That way we just have everything assembled, and we can just proceed. So we're going to we're going to that same corner where Geralt is, or Geralt. Still don't know how that's which jewel is. Actually, I'm leaning towards thinking it's Geralt.
I think that's how
I've
I've been
always-
pronouncing it.
Yeah.
I've always said Geralt.
Yeah. Well, there's a Dawn Trail thing I want to talk about with that, but we'll talk about that away from lore. So come to me. This is our first of 3 vendors we have to visit.
Lovely. All right, what am I buying?
We have to talk to the tool supplier and mender, and purchase items, and look for the thing that costs 100,000. The brass kettle. You'll need one of those.
Aha. Brass kettle.
Honestly, of all the things for people to ask for that we have to go and buy, it's a fucking kettle.
Yeah.
No wonder he can stay in. Hey, Zidane and Gardner are doing the thing. Oh, it's so cute.
Yes.
No wonder he can stay in business just making kettles if that's what he's selling them for.
Yeah. Next, we are heading to Southern Thanaland. So just follow my teleport.
Wait, but before you go.
Oh,
I have-
right. Yeah.
It will have to be 2 trades each because there are 6 items.
Right. So have the rest of you heard about the side quest in Dawn Trail that spoils the main plot?
Well, I
heard about it.
Laura obviously hasn't, but
I've
yeah,
heard
I'll be
vaguely
oblique
it,
about
yeah.
describing it because, so like I like saw like a headline talking about it, and I was like, weird. I don't, like how spoilery can it be? How can, because like there are plenty of cases where like you could learn some odd lore about the game before it comes up in MSQ, but that's not really a spoiler, is it? But no, what it is that if you do this one side quest, as soon as it pops up on your map, the NPC is just blatantly like, "Boy, it's sure crazy that thing that just happened."
Yeah.
I'm really glad that those 2 characters did that thing that totally just happened, right? The thing that you have
that's
seen.
right.
The
The NPC spawns early.
Yeah, it's like the assumption is that the assumption is that like it must be a glitch, and the NPC is supposed to like spawn in after you do the quest, and instead it spawns immediately before you can do that quest. And it's a very funny situation. Hopefully it gets hotfixed tomorrow, because we're not this tomorrow, but like in 0.01, because goddamn. All right, next we're heading towards the Forgotten Springs as soon as my cat gets off the mouse pad. Oh yeah, the other level 100 ability I've unlocked, which is very fun, is Machinist just gets like a Macross barrage. It's great. Once again, purchase items, whatever the thing is. Alligand resin.
Man, this is an expensive side quest.
Yeah, and remember, if you don't craft the craft rolls yourselves, they typically also go for about 100k. So this one step, if you do it without crafting and shit like I did, will usually run you about 1.5 million.
Yikes.
And finally, Lenocia.
I paid more for less.
Yeah, I've also definitely paid more for less.
Melina has the big fish title. Is that from catching all sorts of shit?
Yeah, it's some catch a lot of fish.
Hey, you got the Chocobo core.
It's
Not sure what this...
actually from. I believe it's actually from catching big fish. You know, the really hard, rare time limited ones.
Yeah. And purchase items. What's this thing called? A Bronze Lake Crystal. Look for me on your minimap work.
It's catching all big fish and Shadowbringers and before. I'm never doing the fishing.
There is no mount. I do not need to do it yet.
Yeah.
Junk motor?
There's a mount for ocean fishing, or is it? Yeah, there's one mount for it in ocean fishing, so I've done that.
Yeah, I've
Lake
got that.
Crystal.
And then we've got our... Okay, we've got all of our shopping done, we've got all of our crafting done, so now we can just head to more donut. And also, if you could pass lead to me, because I'm better at navigating the dungeons that we're going to be rolling around in.
By the way, Law, have you noticed what they've done with mounts yet?
Oh yeah, the
new animation. Yeah, when you turn, especially when flying.
Yeah, it's especially noticeable with the Gabriel, the one that I've been using a bit bunch.
Yeah, it's also really noticeable just running on a chocobo.
Yeah,
even on the ground.
Oh, do they tilt instead of just spin?
They tilt now.
Yep.
Nice.
Alright, so there are 3 repeatable quests here in town. It doesn't really matter which order we do them in. There's the one from Tapano, and then Guiding Star, and Bragwine. Just pick one and we'll get going.
Let's do Bragwine first.
Alrighty.
Morbid motivation or a treasured mother?
Treasured mother.
Treasured mother.
Morbid motivation is the one that got you the Alexandrite maps.
Ah, yeah, gotcha.
Which we never actually did because Lore was capped on poetics, so we never bothered with it.
Why, if it isn't the nice woman who wanted all those maps? It isn't. What brings you Bragwine's way? Alexandrite? Oh, that bit of crystal my son brought home. I've been using it to brighten up my garden, but if it means that much to you, I suppose I could part with it. Well, in exchange for a few things anyway. It's just a few items that I have wanted for of late, and certainly nothing an adventurer like yourself should have any trouble with. Do we have a deal?
She's staring right past you at me, like, isn't it that the nice young woman?
Good. Well, the first thing I would like you to bring me is a bombard
you are
core.
Vieira, so it's an easy mistake.
Ha. I just have to drop it into the bath and
Vieira don't exist
presto,
after all.
boiling water to soak my boats in.
Also, I am wearing a dress.
Yeah.
Next, I should like some sacred spring water. My neighbor swears by it for getting stains out of dirty clothing. And lastly, I need a new teapot, a proper brass one. I should like something a bit easier to use than the chipped earthenware one I have now. I'm sure you can barter or buy bombard cores and spring water, though I do not know where. But I do believe you are like to find metal kettles in the North Shroud. Okay, so I just talked to her again?
Yep, because we already have all the stuff.
Why, that was quick. Are you sure you have everything? Even the brass kettle? Bombard core.
Wait, why can't I... Handing. Oh, right. The
Water.
combat cost is still in my saddlebag. That's why.
Brass kettle. Dearie me.
I love how this is like 3 epic level, reagents that we're just handing this woman for like
For bath
household-
time, yeah.
Yeah, like just the general household chores.
I mean, bear in mind the reason why she was holding the treasure maps is because they are really good tablecloths.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dearie me, aren't these lovely? Thank you, young one. I wish I could afford to buy such goods every day, but I have been tightening the purse strings of late. I should like to leave my son a tidy sum after I die. Not too much, of course, but enough that he can find a home for himself. Would that my husband were alive to watch over Eldvine after I'm gone. Yet it is better not to dwell on what could have been. I must set my son on his own 2 feet. Eldwine, I've heard that name before.
Yeah, he was the guy who taught us how to do treasure maps in the first place.
Right, yeah.
And he also popped up out of nowhere a few quests ago, just to remind you that
about the Alexandrite.
Yeah, to remind about the Alexandrite, just to remind us that treasure maps are a thing, because that was what that stage of the Relic was all about.
Gotcha. Mark my words, young one. Treasure hunting will not end well for him. The same as... Well, never mind who. The point is, nothing I say can convince him to give it up. Perhaps it would carry more weight coming from an adventurer. Well then, I have another task for you. Persuade my son to stop chasing treasure. He is somewhere in western Lenosia, I believe. If you can make him see the folly of his ways, then that crystal is yours. Hey, why are you changing the deal? I already gave you what you wanted. All right,
we still have to give her we'll still have to run 4 more dungeons for her anyway.
Yeah, fair enough.
I should get to
Just
1 sec,
it
guys.
doesn't matter.
Just hope she doesn't change it further.
Yeah, I'm also in the D. All right, where is this guy? Oh, he's behind this fence.
Yeah.
All right, back. All right. There he is. Day in and day out, I hunch and hunch. There's nothing to show for me troubles. It'll be years before I can bring Ma any bloody cheer. Of course, plummeted to me death won't make her less glum neither. When did you get here? I regard Scott. I need something to soothe me nerves after the start you gave me. You came on Ma's behalf. I'll wager she wants you to put paid to me treasure hunting days. Save your sermon, friend. I'm not changing me ways. Eldvine's a treasure hunter through and through. Hells, I couldn't earn enough gil for a watery grog if I tried me hand at something else. I know in me heart of hearts that me one great treasure's still out there, and I ain't quitting till I've got it. Of course, no one said I've to go it on me own. How'd you feel about hunting me treasure for me? I just traded me last pair of socks for a tip or 3, see? Word is, there's riches lost, I'm not doing the slurring, lost somewhere in Amdapor Keep, Pharaoh Sirius, and the Tamtara Deepcroft. Now, they're a bit too perilous for old Eldvine, but a venturer like you will be just fine, won't you? And if any one of those treasures is big enough for me and Ma to live like kings, then I solemnly swear to give up treasure hunting. Cross me heart.
Haven,
no slurs in this stream.
Yeah, Haven, when I'm streaming, it's my turn to use the brain cell.
Amdapor Keep.
Oh, okay. Is Milena also doing their round?
Yeah, Milena's also doing
Yeah.
this with us,
Okay.
so.
At first I was like, oh, I wasn't.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Wow.
to mention that before we got going.
And I was like, oh, there's fine.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Did I remember to do? Oh wait, shit! I did not remember to unsync us.
Oh,
Oh.
whoops.
Oh,
Maybe we should leave and start over.
Yeah. Well, first we're gonna have
Yeah.
to we're gonna have to like kill this shit that we've already pulled. So.
Also, to be fair, Haven, we should probably give Ryu a title with a Brazil at some point. It might improve his sense of direction.
Elena died and the shit came back.
Oh.
Alright, now... Leave. Whoops.
Hey, I'll take the 145 gil. Gotta replenish it somehow.
There we go.
There we are.
Ryu'll never find his way out of a wet paper bag. He won't be able to find his way into it in the first place.
I just look at my mini map.
I'm still waiting for Law to figure out how mini-maps work.
Yeah. But yeah, Dawn Trail, good expansion.
Nice.
I like.
I have not been able to get started on extremes yet because, like, my static is kind of going through it at their own pace, and like, one of the guys was like in the middle of moving when Dawn Trail dropped, so we're kind of waiting on him.
We've all got the minion now, so I won't bother going and getting it.
The mount, the quote-unquote mount you get for the extremes is great, though.
Yeah?
Wings.
Yeah, it's literally just a pair of angel wings that sprout out of your back.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it is very fun.
Yeah, there's because it's an extreme mount. All probably 7 of the extremes will have a variation on those wings.
Yeah, the 2 that already exist do. So yeah, it's like every set of wings is themed after the boss that you kill. So far anyway, and which just makes everyone wondering what the hell the is like the thing that you get for collecting all of them. Is it just going to be like a set of like a Seraph run set of 8 wings or what?
Yeah, or possibly one theory I suggested is nothing. You just fly on it.
Just Superman it.
Yeah.
Maybe like the Dragon Ball Z-esque energy burst.
Oh yeah.
That would be cool.
Trail too. They already have the funny clouds. So.
They already have that like thing. Yeah. So yeah, just like you just glow like a DBZ character and fly. That would be amazing.
That would be incredibly cool.
And if there's anything I know about Latin Americans and anime, and they fucking love Dragon Ball. So.
Yeah, you're right. That would be on brand. And also, they did bring back the DBZ aura for that one quest in MSQ. Remember?
I remember.
I need more of that.
Yeah, it's like you get it for like you get it for like 30 seconds and then it's gone. And I was like, no, bring it back. That was amazing.
Stop grabbing the treasure.
Make it a firework.
Alright, I'll stop opening the treasure chests. I keep forgetting to not do that.
It was also incredibly delightfully gay as well.
Yeah, of course.
So, what was this aura?
It's spoilers.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, you actually have seen it once.
Visual effect that you're given.
You actually have seen it once and only once because they retroactively used it in the Around the Born finale when you fight La Habrea. Yeah, when you fight La Habrea, there's a bit where there's like a scripted bit where you lose, and then like you're re-energized with a DBZ aura.
Ah.
I don't know if you even remember that because you played through it like a year and a half ago, but that was the thing that getting close on 2 years now.
Yeah.
That was way near the beginning of this little adventure, but yeah, it's a very cool effect, and it is used very sparingly. And if they use if they use specifically the one we get in Dawn Trail, that would be incredible.
Amazing.
Why does Melina have 32,000 more HP than me? Oh, it's because she's done the rest of... God, fuck!
Yeah, it's because she actually has level 80 gear, whereas you have level 70 gear.
Oh, we forgot to invite Eddie. Oh, wait, no. Melina's actually doing the quest with us. Never
Yeah,
mind.
Melina's actually doing this himself.
Teddy must be forsaken.
Teddy must be forsaken for the loot grind. But you are welcome to come to Swift Perch and watch us appear and disappear as we do duties.
Had any more fun interactions with the retainer roleplay?
Not too many. A few compliments. Sadly, no one else has sent me on any adventures.
Well, that's a shame.
One day we need to come back here and see if we can actually clear it minimum item level.
Did we not do this one minimum item level?
I believe that was one that I wasn't there for. I think you attempted it and gave up on it after a few attempts.
Oh, yeah, because it was in the range of a Realm Reborn dungeons where we were actually technically below, not below minimum item level.
Ah.
Oh, yeah, well, like, lore, yeah, because when you go to minimum item level, it doesn't, raise up your shit that was, or anything. So, we had, a mixed set of equipment, a couple of pieces of 130 gear, and also just some level 50 gear, item level 50 gear. And so, the minimum item level would be 80, but our effective item level was, 60, because of how that works. And so...
Yeah, we weren't able to beat the Zoom.
Yeah.
It was the same situation with,
Wanderer's Palace with Hard, I believe.
We didn't beat the last boss in Wanderer's Palace hard. No, Wanderer's Palace normal. We did do hard, and we also didn't do.
Yeah, I remember beating our heads against the Tonduri King for a while.
Yeah. Lost City of Amdapol, you guys didn't manage to do because I wasn't there.
You are integral to our success.
Indeed.
Alright. Well, do you have, Oh, wow, it's dead immediately. Cool. Have you been keeping a list of the ones we haven't been able to do, or is this just from memory?
This is just from memory. And those are the only ones anyway.
Yeah, because the level 60 dungeons haven't been as much of a problem with minimum item level because the pacing isn't fucked.
Yeah, I'd like to think we improved since then as well.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it. I'm trying to close the valve, but it keeps exploding on me.
Yeah.
There we go.
These valves are the most irritating part of this entire dungeon.
The weird and a half boss. Because for some reason this dungeon has 4 bosses.
And the last 2 have no encounters between them.
It's very Alliance Red.
Yeah.
Hey, I got the Siren card. Sweet.
Where's that one? First one. 10 total power.
What do you mean insufficient runway chest space?
Aha, it's not just me. Whoops.
What have you done? I hear whoops and I immediately get suspicious.
Oh, I selected Minda to be my dash target, and I dashed to him, and he was behind me.
Whoops.
I am simultaneously surprised and unsurprised. Surprised you remembered to use it, unsurprised that you went backwards.
Took me a dungeon and a half to remember I had the ability. Don't give me too much credit. I saw you dart towards that treasure coffer.
Now we have to. Okay.
Portfolio is just lore, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we went through all of those when we did this ourselves. They chronicled the slow descent into madness of,
Edda.
yeah.
And a pure heart, or black bosom, as using
Yeah.
After the Dead. One of the few dungeons we don't celebrate after clearing. We look down mournfully.
Yeah.
Well, one of the few dungeons in A Realm Reborn that you don't celebrate.
Oh, I mean, okay, yeah, they're.
Yeah, like it is like notably a thing. It is notably a thing that like as you go deeper and deeper into MSQ, the Warrior of Light does much less celebrating of their victories on average, just because just like as the encounters become much more emotionally wrought.
Yeah.
And
I don't know, I
less,
celebrated
victorious.
after beating Xenos.
Yeah.
I couldn't help but notice we actually managed to keep the Lalafell alive. You're yeah, I mean, you do wipe if he dies, but the thing is, last time I played this dungeon, the Lalafell died at the exact same time as the boss did, so we didn't wipe, we just left his corpse there.
Oh no.
Oof.
Alright, and turning the quest now.
Sweet. That smell. It ain't the sweet scent of treasure, is it? The 3 coffers. That's a wondrous sight, friend. Let me pry these open and see what's inside. It tells you I haven't been so excited for... Nothing. What? This ain't nothing but a bunch of queer knickknacks. What wrinkly scrote thought this shite was worthy of keeping in a treasure coffer? Oh well, old Eldvine don't get disheartened that easily. Might be as I've got a trick up me sleeve. See, there's another lost treasure. Great. And you are going to find it for me in the Stone Vigil. I do it myself, but I'm...
Shit. Does anybody have a blue mage?
I do.
Milena, do you mind letting us swap out Teddy? There's a boss that we would like to insta-kill.
Milena has blue mage.
Oh, Milena has blue mage, okay.
Oh, yeah, Linux can go.
Take blue mage, equip your insta-kill spell.
I think in addition to the insta-kill spell, having the
level 5 death should do the trick.
There's also a lot of enemies in Stone Vigil that'll be vulnerable to missile and the multi-hit missile, whose name I don't remember at this exact moment.
Matramazic?
No, that's later.
Oh, okay.
It's called Barrage or something.
Ah. I do it myself.
Anyway, level 5 Doom should do the trick against the cannon turtle thing. Otherwise, we'll have to do it.
Oh god, the cannon turtle. Ah, I was wondering what you were talking about. I do it.
Yeah, because like even unsynced, we'll have to do it semi-legitly because it still has a shit ton of health even at this level. So it's easier to just cast Doom or level 5 Death or some shit on it.
Doom is funny because then we just get to watch it die.
I do it myself, but I've tired myself out from all this shouting. Great.
Are we all ready to go?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Where is it? There we go.
Whee!
Just realized how funny it is that Blue Mage Dai had to sit back and let Milena do this. It's literally in your username.
Yeah. I thought it was cheap versus achievement spot. Would be if it weren't for the fact that right now getting to level 100 is some on the jobs that I've got to 100 are also included in there.
Yeah.
How are people this slow? Side-eye's law.
Wait, what are people being slow about?
Yeah.
I
also missed the first half. I also missed the first half of that sentence. I'm not gonna lie.
I said my achievements were just like an entirety of just blue mage achievement, clear achievements. But now I've got level 100 paladin and level 100 viper in there. It's like, how are people quite this slow? Especially strange with Viper, because everybody wanted to be Viper.
Oh, people want to try Viper, whether a lot of people want to be Viper is a different thing. Viper is probably going to be the melee job that I take up to 100 though, at first, just because, you know, why not?
Zaminda can't make up his mind.
No, I mean on my main character, not Zaminda. My main character, I'm going to level everything up eventually, but I might go. But I'm thinking I'll go with Viper first, just because, you know, why not?
Don't push up twice.
Impressive that there was enough gunpowder in there for that. me, and for Zaminda, it's less about making up my mind and more just I generally enjoy the higher level, the melee jobs that you get at higher levels better. Like,
yeah,
if I could have gone from level 1 with Reaper, that's what I would have done, but that wasn't an option, so here we are.
honestly, Viper and Picto have definitely already become two of my favorite jobs.
Yeah, and that too, and like now Viper exists, and so like that's a whole new thing.
It does fit with Zaminda's start, which was Rogue.
Yeah. Looks like the level 5 death failed. Oh well.
We're getting missiles instead.
Yeah, missile cut it down.
Oh, there we go.
I'm so glad I brought missile up, though I'm sure Milena.
Oh my God! Stop opening the treasure.
That one was that me that time?
No, I think Milena's been opening the treasure.
Relic got one since a reflex.
It's also my reflex, but the shit here is not even worth trading in.
we have a culprit.
Hello, you are trying to become a dragon. Not anymore.
Oh, whoops.
Oh.
Oh, yep, there it is.
Viper sucks at low level, so I find that not at all surprising.
Hey, Law. Hi.
Hi. Ha! I left before you could even open the treasure!
Yeah, no one opened the treasure this time.
Alright, just turn it into Eldvine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you find something in the stone vigil, friend? Maze and bloody venturer you are. I can almost taste the treasure from here. Let's open her up, eh? Knickknacks again? I was so sure that... I mean, wait, hang on. So, S-U-R-E is already pronounced S-H-U-R-E. Why did they feel the need to add the H to the slurred sure?
I mean, you got Shaw and then there's Shaw.
You just said the same thing twice.
There was more emphasis on the sh.
Yeah.
It's like, the difference between robots and robots.
Fair enough.
I heard the difference.
I mean, the bloody lost treasure of the Stone Vigil. Years I've been at this, and for what? 12 are telling me something, and I'm bound to listen. Their message is loud and clear. Keep treasure hunting. The more I struggle now, the bigger me find will be. Until I get me one and only, there ain't no reason to give up treasure hunting. Sorry if you expected another answer, my friend. Don't screw up your face like that. Old Eldvine will leave you with a little secret. Tailor-made eel pie and a piece of perfect cloth. Give that pair to Ma, and she'll give you whatever you want. Ma ain't so bad, even with the fussing. I know she's got my best interests at heart. She's just fretting, so I don't go the same way as Pa. May he rest in peace. Died chasing dreams of wealth, Pa did. I only became a treasure hunter to walk in his footsteps of dying. I means to find everything he sought, and make Ma happy along the way. Well, now you know why I can't stop. Ha ha ha! Any road might be as you can make Ma's treats from something old in the Silver Bazaar. Now I'm off to the tavern in search of new treasure.
Yeah. The guy's barking
with
up the wrong
Rolo-
tree. He needs to find 7 other people and go for those kind of treasure maps, or he'll never find a portal inside of a box.
Yeah. Yeah, with low-level Viper, like, it's not even super low-level, even if you do at level 50, which is, you know, MSQ roulette, one of the most common roulettes you're going to do as a level while you're leveling up. Literally all Viper has is the 1-2-3 combo.
Oof.
Yep. I
Oof.
mentioned that last time.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Oh, I thought Melina said that she did this ahead of time. She didn't need to do this.
Alright, we can swap Teddy in for the next couple of weeks, because they're cute.
She's still got the final phase to do, though.
Yeah. Alright, so that's done.
Well, I gotta actually turn it in. You were gone for quite a while, adventurer. Does that mean my son has come to his senses? Huh? You have something to give me? My favorite eel pie and some beautiful cloth for my needlework. And Eldvine told you to get them, you say? That son of mine, remembering what is dear to my heart. He might not have too much betwixt the ears, well that's for sure, but he has a good heart. My late husband was just the same, always chasing his dreams. He was so stupid, but that's what I loved about him. Now my son is the very same. Little wonder he is off on yet another treasure hunt. Dearie me, and you running about after him. Thank you for trying. I should say you have more than earned this crystal. Sweet.
Alright, and now let's do Guiding Star, because he's right next to us.
Cool. Labor of love. Good day, adventurer. What brings you here? You're looking for someone wise in the ways of crafting and gathering. Well, I am but one who aspires to mastery, but I offer you my services nonetheless. What would you have me make? I don't know. You need a versatile material with which to fashion anew the legendary arm of a Zodiac Brave? Byragot's beard. That is no small thing. I dare say some form of dark matter would best serve your purpose, but you won't find anything suitable in Eorzea's markets, which means you're going to have to improvise. A truly unique material is called for. Well, you certainly know how to pique a craftsman's interest. I will aid you in this enterprise, adventurer. To begin, we must scour every ilm of the realm for materials with the requisite properties. Our search may outlast our lives, mayhap our children's lives too, but we shall be vindicated in death, even if it takes 500 years. Not one for jests, I take it. Ha! Even my passion is not so boundless. The materials I have in mind are hard to come by, 'tis true, but not so hard as all that. Elegant resin should serve as a base for our compound. I hear some traders found a few lumps of this stuff amongst the Allegan ruins in southern Thanalan. If you browse the markets over there, you're sure to find one sooner or later. The journey will be long, of course, but not so arduous as searching every ilm of Eorzea, eh?
And just barely on camera.
Are you?
Well, I was until you hit quest accepted.
Ah, I gotcha.
I'm on top of the tent.
Yeah, I figured.
There.
And now we turn it into him?
No, well, yes.
So you've returned, adventurer. Have you found our base material? Allegan resin!
There I am.
Hey, there you are. Ah, the fabled resin of Allag. An odd substance, I grant you. None alive know the true extent of its powers, no less their source. I believe, however, that any attempts to recreate the arm of a Zodiac Brave will founder without a base material as mutable as ether. This resin is one such substance. It will readily take on the qualities of whatever we choose to add to it. Which brings us on to the question of what exactly to add. Plainly, the compound must needs be indurate at heart, lest it break during battle, yet supple enough that no blow may make it shatter. A veiled bubo of the kind sometimes found within the Aurum Veil will provide ample rigidity. Born of brimstone and mithril, there is no more unyielding an ore. As for suppleness, a piece of void weave would seem the ideal choice. If rumors are to be believed, it is a cloth bound together by magics from the Dark Realm. I cannot speak for the truth of such claims, of course, but I do know the fabric has only ever been found in areas where void scent roam in great numbers. I fear that acquiring these materials will require no small amount of effort on your part, but we can ill afford to compromise on quality if your dream of wielding a legendary arm is to become a reality. Sweet.
Alright. So, Teddy, are you ready to go to AV?
Sure, that shouldn't be too bad.
I'm sorry to bring you in just
Yeah,
for
the
Aurum
first
Vale.
thing we're doing together in months, and it's Aurum Vale.
Fine. Just Aurum Vale. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, Aurum Vale was in 1.0, and you know that the first room here is the biggest problem with Aurum Vale.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you had to travel through this room from different directions about 4 different times.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, so it was basically just this room and a couple of loops to come back to this room.
I feel as if I'm somehow slower than
You're definitely slower than me because I'm a ninja, so I have the passive speed bump.
I don't even know why I bothered coming on Blue Mage.
Yeah, you're not gonna have time for anything with a cast bar, so
That's fine, half the Blue Mage stuff doesn't have cast bars.
it is fine, I suppose. Yeah, my favorite job for soloing old content is Machinist because they just hit things hard. Like there's no setup involved in like any of their big strong abilities. You just press them when you can.
I just like. I
And
just
by the time you get to level 100, you have so many of those big buttons that you hardly need to press anything else.
I just like how enemies here kept untethering, but we still got the mushrooms from the first room here.
Wow, what the fuck was that ability?
Which one?
The huge explosion.
Oh, okay, I see. Yep.
I was looking in the other directions. I didn't see what they used.
What'd you use, Teddy?
Night Bloom.
Night
Oh,
Bloom.
that's fun.
Yeah.
I don't think I have that spell yet. Working on it.
I do.
Yeah, I did some blue maging right before Dawn Trail came out, but stopped for obvious
Hey, I got
reasons.
some Aurum Smalls. I love those funny little shorts.
Oh, fun.
We used to joke about them being bondage gear. Now we've got a set of armor set in Dawn Trail.
Yeah, now we have an armor set. There is some like just straight up bondage gear in Dawn Trail.
It's got harnesses and gimp masks.
Wow.
And the healer, I think the healer and the magic are the ones with the actual harnesses
Yeah.
across the bare chest.
So does striking and aiming.
Yeah, when I reached that point, it just handed me it as part of the MSQ progression. I was just like, okay, just gonna dye my dye this top to match the rest of my funny retainer clothes.
The really funny thing that I discovered though is if you take this bondage gear armor set they've given you and dye it ruby red and metallic brass, so it's got a golden red look. Congratulations, you have turned the bondage gear into glam rock.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. There's a lot of intersection between certain types of folks.
Yep.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
I love getting keys to doors that are right in front of us. A realm reborn.
A realm reborn.
A realm reborn.
And I think all of us have picked a Pictomancer, so now we are all a realm reborn as well.
I haven't.
Oh, it's good. It's good. You should play it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Oh,
Not as fun as
that's
Black
good.
Mage, but fun.
I like how much more flexible it is than Black Mage, so I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah, it's probably a new favorite caster.
Yeah, I would say definitely new favorite caster. Well, because like all three of the casters have huge problems for me. Well, not huge problems. But like Summoner is just like too dead easy, and so like yeah, I'll play it, but like I'll play it if I don't want to think about the game too much or at all. Red Mage is fun, but it also like just doesn't really feel like a caster because you spend half the time hitting things with a sword. So like it's fine. It's just not really what I want thematically from a caster job. And then Black Mage is just its own whole animal. So, you know, it's not something I particularly enjoy. So there we go. But now we have Pictomancer, which is a caster that I can actually vibe with. I love it.
Yeah, it did take me a little while to get used to the fact that I need to prepare moves ahead of time.
Hell yeah. It's very much, it's like, that's the other thing I love about it though, is because like once you get that like pattern down, it becomes a very all according to Keikaku job.
Yeah,
Because you're always planning ahead for something that's going to happen about 20 seconds in the future, and once you get a handle on that, it just is very satisfying to pull off.
I see.
For
They're
example,
the scholar of DPS.
If you use all of your painting effects, you then have to spend about 12 seconds doing nothing to prepare them again.
Yeah.
You're saying that
Then
like
you
it's a
need
positive.
ADC primary attack.
No, standing still, just painting again.
Oh, okay. So not doing nothing. You are painting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
Well,
you're not doing damage. You're not doing anything besides making it so you can do damage later. You are basically
But
doing
that's still
nothing.
Yeah, what you are doing is you're locking in damage to do during your burst phase.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like you're still you're like each of them takes about 4 seconds of no movement, not doing any damage, nothing besides just standing there.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Ah, adventurer. I trust the builder lit your way through both the Veil and the Void Scent. Well, I'll be damned. The Veil Bubo and the Void Weave, just as I requested. Well done to you, my friend. Well done indeed. Our work is far from over, however. Though we now possess the means to imbue our compound with strength and suppleness, it wants still for elegance and beauty. For the former, I believe a slip of Amdapur vellum will serve. Again? The people of the Lost City used magics to protect their writings against the ravages of time, meaning that perfect specimens can be found there even now. As for beauty, an indigo pearl would be best, but unsaved the Sahagin can wrest them from the deep. That being the case, I'd suggest paying a visit to Sastasha Sea Grot. The pirates there are thought to guard the fishback's treasures. An arduous path awaits, adventurer, but she who faces the greatest risk reaps the greatest reward. Once you have brought these two, we will have all the materials we need. May the builder light your way. Hey, it's Tomoko Handi. Hi.
Hey.
Hi, hello. Looks like she's around now.
Yeah, she keeps... Oh, no longer twinsies? Oh, that's a shame. She looks like she keeps finding us on streams. So
Yeah.
maybe she's... Is she looking at my location on the friends list, or is she in chat just not saying anything, I wonder?
You can look at friend list location pretty simply. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, hi to you.
Oh, I forgot to change back to Reaper.
Oops.
Also, I let you guys know in this room. I don't like these things. Okay.
I'm really surprised there isn't a plugin that just replaces all the features that could be associated with phobias with just like black cubes.
Like get rid of all the spiders and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pictomancer, you spend a lot of time doing painting, but on the flip side, all of those moves that you unlock by doing painting do a shit ton of damage. Like, Pictomancer has the highest potency abilities of any job. Period. In fact, they have several moves that are higher than the second closest attack. Like, I think the highest potency job that people have is like Samurai have like a 1080 ability at the moment.
Yeah, and Pictomancer has like 5 abilities that outdamage that.
Yes,
I believe
and Pictomancer
believe-
have like 4 or 5 abilities that outdamage that.
Yeah, I believe like the highest potency before was
Oh, hey, Tomo.
called,
Womby Bomby in chat. Well, hi.
I think it was doubled down on Gunbreaker. That was like 1,200 potency or something.
It could be it.
Forget which way we're meant to go.
Where are we going? There we
Which
go.
way Brent wants to know.
Oh, that's a handy little add-on.
But yeah, so yeah, that's the trade-off with Pictomancer is you gotta spend. It's like there are a lot of abilities that do no damage, in exchange for some abilities that do all of the damage.
Man, Pictomancer burst phase must be really weird to manage.
It is very weird to manage. You get that it's a job that's easy to pick up and hard to master because it's all about setting up your burst phase.
Yeah,
I'd imagine it's still pretty synced up to everyone else.
Yeah,
It is, yes.
It's not so bad actually. Basically, like you want to use your 2-minute cooldown, which is a buff to everything, and then you want to have your
We have to
hammer
not
of it.
kill this thing, right? We have to like.
You have to kill it and get hit by its scale so that the buff.
There we
He's
go.
on Teddy. Yeah, and then your hammer attack is on a 1-minute cooldown. So as long as you use that every single time it comes up straight away, that'll
Yeah.
always sync up.
In,
And then
in Europe, that enemy is called it's called an American Wamora instead of a Ranch Wamora.
okay.
Because Cool Ranch Doritos are called Cool American Doritos in Europe.
Really?
I wouldn't know. I don't eat Doritos.
They are.
That's very funny.
But yeah, and
I guess they don't have ranches over there.
yeah,
Not
and
as many, much less space.
the creature the creature paintings, you can get their the big Moogle or the other
Yeah.
buff to always line up, but you may need to keep the final Moogle
hit,
or the
yeah.
other. Yeah, you may want to keep that for a while because that will stay permanently, and
Oh,
So
quick
you can,
interruption. Did we ever go back and do this on minimum line level? Because I remember we weren't able to the first time.
no, we didn't.
Do
Which
you
is why
believe that they
which-
blew
which
their
is why
load
I
of
brought it.
Diablos in this dungeon and never
Yeah.
used them again?
Yeah, Di did mention this as one of the ones that we didn't do.
Ah, okay.
Can you believe
Oh, a
they
bunch
blew
of-
their
bunch of
load
Mountain Dew
Diablos
mounts?
in
Nice.
this dungeon and never used
Oh.
them again?
I can't believe that there's fucking region logs.
Yeah,
It's so
that was a-
lame. I'm sorry you couldn't get it, man.
Yeah,
Thanks for trying.
I'm sure it'll pop up in the Europe somehow, some way, for some other promotion.
They keep giving this dungeon facelifts. It's also funny that this is the representation for it.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as you hold that final hit, you can prepare the next use of it while still holding it for a while.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's a lot going on with that job, but it's fun and it's whimsical and it's cute.
Yeah, and then after
Also, somehow like pulling out your paintbrush is less threatening than like any other job.
Oh, and it's so funny against Gaius in the Praetorium. Like, Gaius goes gold and aims his gun at you, and then you do a fucking leak spin with the damn thing.
Yeah. Yep.
It is Realm the job, so it was never going to be intimidating.
No.
It's kind of funny since she has an intimidatingly high magic stat.
And the most buggily implemented set of abilities.
Yeah, she's basically non-functional.
It's so
Even in Pixel Remaster, she basically doesn't work.
I mean, the reason why Teddy brought that up is was the sketch bug in the original release, where if you were to use sketch on an enemy that was invisible, your item list no longer directed you to the to the data where your items were, and would instead direct you to parts of almost any chunk of the code that it could be. As a result, you had the ability to use pieces of code as if they were items, altering the way the game is programmed.
Arbitrary code execution. Yippee.
Yep. I was talking more like mechanically. Realm just doesn't work. She misses so often that she's basically non-functional.
My favorite goofy thing about Final Fantasy and mechanics is that fairly consistently the situation with blue mages that learn from seeing things is that if they're blinded, they cannot learn through magic.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a lovely little touch with Strago.
Yeah.
And 6 is the only game that does that, to my knowledge.
You know what I would really like if they do a Final Fantasy IX remake? What I want them to do with Quina is just give Quina an ability you can turn on, where when you enter a battle with an enemy that can be eaten for an ability, they just say, "Oh, smells good."
Oh, that would be so nice.
I mean, like, I have them all memorized, but yeah, that would be nice.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure they'll add something to that, because like that's the kind of like just quality of life thing that gets added to like even pretty basic remakes.
I've heard that a lot of the reasons for some of the more arbitrary things in 9 is that.
Yes.
Oh no, they didn't want to sell guidebooks. They wanted to sell a book that gave you URL links for their website guide.
But no, like it is like a known thing that that like the one lance that you have to get in like 2 hours was specifically added to the game as a way to sell, this.
It's a sword you have to get to the final dungeon within 12 hours. Yeah.
That was it. Yeah.
Excalibur 2.
Yep.
And on NTSC copies of the PAL, whatever.
PAL.
On European copies of the game, it ran at 5/6 the frame rate, so that was an even harder challenge.
Yeah, and it is still possible to do a perfect game in the.
Bob says I didn't hear a single word there, and I don't know what there is.
Oh, just
probably the game is too loud.
I'll turn that down then. Alright, turned it down a bit. Okay. Let's turn this in. How elegant will our compound be for a slip of Amdapor vellum. How radiant for an indigo pearl. Your efforts have paid off handsomely, my friend. We now hold everything we need to imbue our compound with the necessary qualities. Which just leaves a small matter of making it, and will need to levigate the items you have gathered. However, the forces released in their grinding are enough to shatter solid stone. Only a perfect mortar and pestle can withstand the magics of mixing. Though it pains me to ask more of you, could you procure a set? How you go about it is your business, of course, but my inner crafter tells me you can fashion them yourself. Well, I can't and I didn't. If you are inclined to try, I would advise a journey to the Silver Bazaar. The components of antiques from ages past can find new purpose after all. Capop says they did that because explosion. So, talking about the guides.
Yeah, they were basically the Final Fantasy IX. I think it's Prima guide. Was completely useless. It would tell you, it would give you a couple sentences about what the subject matter was, and then follow it up by to learn more about this, go to this URL for Play Online, where because the official guide was basically a website to be perused using these URLs. So it wasn't the book wasn't a guide. It was just an address book, more or less.
Yeah, it is funny, like, because, like, you know, we talk about microtransactions and all of the, like, bullshit that the games industry gets up to nowadays. And I do generally believe that it is worse than it's ever been, and will only get worse as time goes on. But it is funny looking back on the olden days and seeing what kind of, like, bullshit money-grubbing nonsense they came up with back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, for example, adjusted for inflation, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, to get the complete package, cost like over 120 USD.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Anyway.
Have you chanced upon the perfect mortar and pestle yet, adventurer? I can do nothing till you have the both of them. Ah, the quality of these tools. I tell you, adventurer, 'tis rare indeed to work with such fine instruments. I thank the builder that you chose to entrust me with this commission. Had you not, I might have gone to my grave never having laid hands on anything so fine. Ha! I can hardly wait to begin. Yet wait I must, unless you happen to have a spare bombard core and some sacred spring water to hand. The first is to provide sufficient heat to ensure that the constituents blend properly during firing, and the second to quench the mixture without adding impurities. Though no ordinary merchant will have either of these in stock, I'm quite sure an adventurer of your experience will be able to find them somewhere or other. The completion of the process rests on your procuring a bombard core and some sacred spring water. Do you have them? Yes! Well done, my friend.
I like how all four of these quests have the exact same requirements, but you turn them in a different order, so it doesn't feel so repetitive.
Huh.
Like it would feel a little contrived if all four of these people were like, I need you to hand me a bombard core and a spring water. Thank you for handing me a bombard core and a spring water. Now hand me 2 crafted items. Thank you for handing me 2 crafted items. You will now go into 4 dungeons. Thank you for going into 4 dungeons.
Yeah, this quest line, the whole Relic grind has been miserable.
I mean, I have fun with it.
Yeah, this is post-nerf.
Yeah, this is post-nerf. It's like I find like I find a certain Zen-like appeal to a Realm Reborn Relic grinding.
Fair enough. Well done, my friend. All the pieces are in place. Our 4 key ingredients are ready to be mixed within the Allagan resin, and then naught remains but to heat and quench the blend. Now allow me to crown your efforts by bringing this miraculous material into being. Fade to black. Crafting noises. Fade in. I present to you a material the likes of which this realm has never seen. It shall take whatever form an artisan wills, meld with whatever he commands, its very essence becoming one with the whole. No other substance can boast such strength, suppleness, elegance, beauty, and versatility, and naught else is fit to forge anew an arm of legend. Friend, I give you Zodium! Alright, that's actually a pretty cool name. Haha! That the lonely road to mastery should lead me here. You have my gratitude, adventurer, for fanning the flames of my curiosity and urging me to venture into the unknown. Now take this Zodium and reforge your weapon of yore.
As with dark matter, Zodium has the faculty to assimilate with other forms of matter, effectively restoring them to their original condition. However, unlike dark matter, which will bond only with certain materials depending on its purity, Zodium appears to bond with
Over here,
almost
Lore.
anything, leading one to entertain the notion that this substance mayhap serve as one of the building blocks for all creation.
Why are you reading that so quietly?
Was that quiet?
Yeah,
We're going-
it was.
The building blocks
It's not
of
like
all
you were trying
creation.
not to like cause a fuss, and yet, like, you were still talking.
I did not intend to say that quietly.
Yeah.
Oh, what use is it having wares aplenty to sell, and not a soul around with any intent to buy 'em? But I suppose griping about it won't change things none, nor do aught for Gujasana. Oh, and where did a strapping lass like yourself spring from? If you've a mind to barter for tomes, there's no need to speak with yon pretty lass. Nay, Papa'll deal with ye instead. Now don't think ill of me as some filcher of others' custom. Nay, though I may be the wanderer in sordid heart, I'm here because Gujasana is me dearest friend from years back. I hadn't thought to meet her again in a place like this, though. 'Tis the cruelest of fates to keep me friend here pawning books, venturer. Aye, Gujasana's fallen into fearsome debt with that harpy Rowena. Selling tomes as dull as the day is long, but even that's a boon for the lass. Well, Papa''s nothing if not loyal, so I march myself up to Rowena and wheedle myself work peddling tomes. What wages I don't need to eat, I'm using to pay down Gujasana's debts. Now, venturer, were you not just telling me why you've come yourself? A book about ancient heroes and the weapons they wielded, eh? Well, there's a chance I laid eyes on such a tome just a few days ago, so there is. Tell you what, how about we make a fair trade of it? The book you want for, a bombard core, and a bottle of sacred spring water, and a bronze lake crystal. Aye, that's an equitable deal, if I do say so myself. Why, shouldn't be but the work of a moment for a venturer like your fine self. But I give you a hint anyway. Gab a bit with the merchants round Camp Bronze Lake, and you might just get a shiny bit of rock. And we already got it. Well, seeing as you're back to Prate, I take it you found the stuff I asked for? Now let's... hold on a moment. Are you trying to cheat me out of a book with these? The bombard core is missing a bit, and there's a hair in the sacred spring water. And tain't no upstanding head hair neither. Oh, no.
Beg your pardon?
Excuse me? Now, I'm not blaming ye. Should I blame ye? But you must see that trading a rare and precious book for trinkets ain't fair. But I believe in second chances, and I'm willing to settle for something else. Okay. So give back the bombard core and spring water. something like a horn of the beast what prowls Zemael Darkhold. Aye, that and a gob machine bang plate from Brayflox's long stop will do nicely.
You demand them back. You place the bombard core on the floor and pour the spring water on it and just fill the place with steam.
Smoke bomb! The steam clears and I'm gone.
But you still show up later with the gob machine bang plate in the horn.
Now, it ain't as if either grows on trees. The truth of it is, you would have more luck finding, well, a gob machine bang plate on a tree. Of course, that's why moneyed dilettantes will pay a small fortune for two such rare pieces. If you bring them to me, you'll get your book and a kiss, so you will. Well, I'll take the former. I'll pass on the latter. All right, Zemael Darkhold.
I want her hairstyle. Ladies only, though.
Hmm.
Just a mile.
In around 15 minutes, I gotta head out. So.
Oh, well, I'm
Alright.
glad you could stick around with us for at least as much as you were able to play.
Yeah. We would have had to trade Milena in after this little round of dungeons anyway, because she actually is at that next step.
I love how all of you went the wrong way.
Oh, yeah, we did.
It's the male Darkhold. Every way's the right way. The number one rule of Zamel Darkhold is be yourself and have fun.
No one
The
had
number
managed to
2
succeed
rule of
that.
Zamel Darkhold is every single time Squeenix has an opportunity to make a reference to the song Eyes on Me from Final Fantasy VIII, they will.
I wonder how much the Final Fantasy IX remake will cost. Like, I mean, I'd pay $60 for it, but
I mean, it's going to be 60.
Alright, we have to stand in the
I'm not even. I don't. I'm a little curious why you're even asking. Like, if it's going to be 60.
well, if it's just a remaster with voice acting and stuff, then who knows?
Then it's going to be 60.
Yeah, fair enough.
I still
It might
remember
be
that
70.
they had
I mean,
to,
honestly, it might be 70.
still
these
remember that
days.
they had to heavily recreate Final Fantasy VIII because they lost a lot of the source code and resources.
Yeah, the new models are actually a little jarring.
Yeah, it's good. Well, actually, yeah. Now that I think about it, it's more likely to be 70 than 60 because that's we're
games are
we're like teetering on that being the new standard for AAA
Yeah.
games.
God, it's back to the 80s in terms of prices.
Yeah,
I wonder who
Yeah,
they'll.
if the AAA and game industry really does feel like it's heading towards a crash because it is entirely unsustainable.
If I
Even
recall
the games that
correctly-
sell well are usually unsustainable.
Teddy, where are you taking Law?
God damn it!
If I recall correctly, like Final Fantasy VI, adjusted for inflation, cost like $95 or something.
Yeah, SNES
Yeah.
games were super expensive.
Yeah. Which is why,
fair.
which is why that they were able to keep the price point at 50, like through several generations.
Yeah, I mean, oh man, things were really cheap in the PlayStation era.
Yeah.
Like 30 quid was the standard there, and
Yeah.
and
But like in the US, like the standard was $50 for a video game from like 1990 all the way up to 2005. Like that's a long time for inflation to not happen.
I mean, SNES games were selling for like $80-$90 even in the States.
Yeah. I never saw
yeah, I think the Mega Drive was better for that though.
that. Yeah.
Probably another reason why Nintendo did terribly in Europe
Yeah.
for a long time.
The Mega Drive.
But yeah, it's again, video game pricing is nonsense. But yeah, like because like they're all the high profile failures, of course. You know, your Suicide Squads and your not Sea of Thieves, the other one, the other pirate
Skull
one.
and Bones.
Skull and Bones, yeah.
And Gollum.
Yeah. But
The
like
other pirate
even
one that's so unmemorable that its name is lost to time.
yeah, but like even the games like FF7 Rebirth and Spider-Man 2, like the games that are critically and commercially quite successful, still can't really pay for themselves. Let alone the studios that are trying to use these as like tent poles to like hold up an entire,
I think we
subdivision
should
at Sony.
simply. I think we should simply make games that are less ludicrously high def and that take less ludicrous.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, like, because like B level games like mid-tier games just like don't really exist anymore. It's like you either get the $400 million super games, or you get the little indie projects made by 5 dudes in a garage, and there's not a whole lot of in between.
Yeah, the indie project made by like a fucking movie concierge or a guy that's living in a webcomic creator's basement.
Like the only recent example of like a mid-tier game I can think of recently is Hi-Fi Rush, and guess what happened to that studio?
Yeah, that's so stupid. I'd have to look at the list again, but I think over the last like 10 years, the only games that made it into like the top 30 or 40 best-selling games of all time were indie games.
Yeah,
plus Animal Crossing.
I got it.
I just beat
like you've got Terraria, you've got Stardew Valley.
Undertale.
Did Undertale? How many copies did Undertale sell?
I don't know. Why are we talking about? We're talking about indie games, not sales figures.
Well, I was talking about indie game sales figures.
Oh, well, you said your top 10 games?
No, I said the top 30 or 40 best-selling games of all time.
Oh, I thought you said like
I said the ones that made it on the list in the last like 10 years.
Ah.
It's pretty much all been indie games.
Yeah, and yes, that is also a thing. Is that indie games are cheaper and sell better?
Terraria just passed Super Mario Brothers 1.
Oh, cool.
At like 57 million or something. Which feels so weird to me because I don't run in circles where people talk about Terraria, like, at all. Are there more enemies we have to kill?
No, we just
have to wait for Brave Flux to
Brave
let us
Flux.
keep his secret sneak away.
Yeah.
There you go. Thanks,
Yeah,
Brave.
we outran the NPC.
Ah, gotcha. But yeah, like, I do not run in circles where people talk about Terraria. So
And it is huge.
I much preferred it to Minecraft.
Yeah.
I personally think they're very different beasts, so like it makes sense that it's easy to prefer one over the other.
Well, one of them has a lot more structure and direction with various targets to go for. The other is just mindless empty, mindless empty sandbox.
Exactly, very different beasts. Swift nature.
like, do I know people who play Terraria? I don't know. They don't talk about it.
I enjoy Terraria from time to time. I mostly enjoy the simple things in the game, like fishing.
I have a UFO.
The crossword progression in Terraria is very perplexing to me, but that's just a personal preference thing.
I enjoyed playing with the bows. Like, I ended with a bow that shoots rapid fire shoots 4 arrows at a time, and had arrows that, upon hitting the ground, caused stars to rain from the sky. So basically, I just kind of was a screen nuke.
Nice.
Nice.
With every shot.
'Tis a grand thing to talk, but I'd rather have a Horn of the Beast and God Machine Bangplate in hand before we start gabbing. Way ahead of you. Well now, tain't a single thing wrong with these, but I fear you've taken a few more bells than you ought to have. Oh, fuck you! Well, I was biding me time waiting for you. Who should come by but some moneyed eccentric after me books on legendary arms? And you can bet his questions were backed up with a grand old coin purse, so they were. Well, says I, I'm happy to hear you've enough gil to buy a library's worth of rare books, but this one ain't for sale. I've a proper sense of duty that's not like to bend for the lure of coin, so I turned him down for you. But there's a limit to me kindness. After all, I've still got to eat and set me friend free from Rowena. At present, I can't think of a reason in the realm to sell off the book, so long as you bring me a Nara Simha hide from Halatali and a sickle fang from Snowcloak. How about I just bash you over the head with my staff and take the book? Well, your silence means we've an understanding. Ain't business relationships grand old things? Oh, all right. Later, Teddy. Thanks for hanging out.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye. Always a delight to have you. All right. All right. All right.
Oh, I see some alpacas.
You had banana back.
I've been trying to, and it's not giving me the option. Maybe it's because I kicked them from the party, and so the game doesn't want to let me invite again.
Shouldn't be an issue. Promote me, I'll try adding.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Man.
Oh, Melinda was in Tomo's party. That would do it.
Ah, there we go.
Oh, I forgot to change job again. Oh.
Why do you keep going back to White Mage in the first place? We don't need to.
Because I have to be white mage to hand the quest in.
Oh, right.
And I'm kind of torn because the art I eventually plan on commissioning for of like R3 characters would make really good thumbnail fodder if I cropped it properly. But like I like occasionally getting screenshots of the party at the end of a dungeon and using those for thumbnails. So it's a tough decision.
Yeah.
You could put them as the album cover for the playlist,
Oh, there's a thought.
and then still have my screenshots for your thumbnails.
True.
Bears.
If only Ott
More
were here.
bears.
If Ott was here, then all we'd be missing is tigers.
Huh. To probe the paw.
He offered to have a fair fight, and we said we'd get over the pass.
Huh.
I do like when this game makes jokes at your at the fact that your character just stands and nods a lot of time at the time.
Yeah.
Like, it's nice they're self-aware. Like, one NPC just talks about how rugged and impressive your neck muscles are. Just your neck muscles. And it is different, a different line depending on what race you are.
Hey, some people are into that.
Yeah. I was watching a streamer go through the Pictomancer quest line, and you remember there was the bit when you first pick up the job and the Moogle asks you a bunch of questions, and one of the questions is, what do you do if someone's in danger? What do you do? And the streamer goes, I don't know. What is one of the options? Stand helplessly in a cutscene and do nothing. That seems accurate.
Inconceivable.
Not a Simha hide. Snowcloak. Haven't been here in a while.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I haven't been here in like a year and a half.
Quite possibly. It only comes up in roulettes if you're doing level 50 roulettes. And
yeah.
I like the music here.
Yeah.
Even though there's a bit where it goes do 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 do, and I was like, I just end up hearing one of the Rhythm Heaven games, where you're playing tennis in the plains, and the dog that you're playing it with goes do 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 do.
With the key go? There it is. The key's over by you. Okay, there it is.
I'm not looking forward to 2.5 years of every quest acceptance music sounding like London Bridge is falling down.
How long was it between Endwalker and Dawn Trail?
It's 2.5 years. It's always about 2.5 years.
Okay. So, I probably will catch up just before 8.0.
Yeah, thereabouts. It'll be a close thing one way or the other.
To be fair, your current speed has been influenced by the fact that A Realm Reborn is really fucking long.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Your progress through Stormblood has been much quicker.
I love that it's a Final Fantasy IX Yeti. It makes me so happy to see Final Fantasy IX content in this game.
I did find it funny when I was watching a video of like all previous Final Fantasy music that's been in and the versions that are in Final Fantasy XIV, and there was one video for each game, and then when we got to 10, it was just 10 minutes of complete silence.
10 did have a different audio style from 14.
I mean, 9 was one of the most unique soundtracks in the series. Like, the devs themselves have said there is no, there's probably no video game soundtrack that has as much ukulele as this game. Because it was developed in Hawaii, so they took a lot of inspiration from Hawaiian culture.
Really?
Yeah, that's why there's the jerk hammer that you can get. That is just a Hawaiian shirt, flip flops, straw hat, etc. It's the weakest armor in the game, and it's there as a challenge option.
Cool. At what point in the game do you get that?
You can get one set, I believe, as early as Gazamaluk's Grotto. I don't remember where the other 3 sets are though.
Hey, I got the Fenrir card.
I have an equestrian roll.
I don't have the Siren card yet. And I don't have the Fenrir card yet. Sweet. New cards. Alright, asshole. Well, don't we have a look of accomplishment about us? And do we have the Narasima hide and a sickle fang to back it up? Thank you, friend. 'Tis a grand thing that you've done for me. So it pains me to tell you I can't hand over your book just as yet. I step forward, I lift my right leg, and I kick Papanas directly in the face. See, I've to earn a lot of gil to free Gujasana, and I can't very well do that if I fall from Rowena's good graces. As it happens, Rowena's ordered me to toss a heap of old tomes too moldy for selling into the furnace. I've no clue why, but I've to do that before speaking to those with custom. But I've no notion how long it will take me to set fire to the lot. I've got fire! I've got fire for you! And 'tis twice the pity, as I could incinerate the whole heap in an instant, if only I had a furnace ring to light the blaze, and a bundle of perfect firewood to keep it aflame. Oh, ain't life unfair, adventurer? Here I was, all ready to give you the book you've worked so hard for, and I can't for dealing with another task. I despise this NPC so much. This motherfucker. I hate this motherfucker more than I hate some of the main villains of this game. Huh? You'll bring him to me. Ah, you're a true friend. So, I'll not have you stumbling around the realm in search of the things. I've heard bits of aged items in the Silver Bazaar can find new use if you've the skill to take them apart. Well now, I'll just await you here. Now hurry on back to this dainty lass. Well, as me favourite venturer come with a furnace ring and a bundle of perfect firewood. 12 be praised, you've done it! Now I won't have to spend ages up to me ears in musty old books. Oh, she's got dreads. I haven't seen her up close before.
Yeah. Like I said, I want her hairstyle.
That's cool. You've done right by me, I must admit. I never thought you'd do all I asked of you, especially as I'm the one what'll profit most from your labor. Yes, I know. But 'tis all for the good if it serves to set Gujasana free. I do hope you're not too upset with me. Cracks knuckles silently. I realize it's horrible to take advantage of the vulnerable, and even more horrible, knowing that's what you're doing. Well, why'd you do it then? I was on the other end once, when I hadn't 2 gil to scrape together. I had to join a certain crew known for having sticky fingers to get by. 'Twas there I met Gujasana. Don't know what I'd have done without her. Hells, I'd probably be rotting away in some godforsaken jail. A saint among thieves, that Gujasana is. One what trusted not wisely, but too bloody well. Her lover ran off with the crew's coffers, and she took the responsibility for repaying it. Well, she was kicked out on her tail, with a mountain of debt to boot. Nothing for the pretty lass, but to steal and skirmish to make the money back. But a hard life that is, and Gujasana washed up here, broken and battered, to lick her wounds before too long. Well, she meets Rowena, sells herself into servitude to pay off her debts, and you know the rest. Man, fucking hell. God damn it, Rowena. Tain't a new story, of course. Me travels have taught me that much. The realm's full to bursting with hard-working souls like her. Good folk, what keep going even after being stabbed in the back. But I want someone to beat the odds, and I'll do all I can for that someone to be me friend. Well, don't I sound the sentimental fool? Any road, you've given what I was wanted, and more, and more, and more. And now it's me turn. Here, have your book of Skylight. I hope it helps you beat the odds too.
So I believe we head back to Northshroud.
Nice. All the necessary items to recreate a Zodiac weapon. Report to Geralt.
If you can give me a brief moment to take a quick break.
Well, this is a good time for me to take a break anyway.
Yeah, that was a good time to take a break, which I would apply to like finish the weapon and then take a break, but okay.
Uh,
Break time.
Di, you wanna wait to take the break until after we finish the weapon?
Bladder waits for no man.
Fair enough. Break time, everybody. Be back in a few.
Break time. Alright, I'm gonna step away from my computer so I can, like, stop sweating for a little bit. I'll talk to you all in a minute. I am back. And I appear to be alone.
I'm back.
Hello.
Someone trying to insist that spelt isn't a real word. I'm like, spelt is. And they're like, no, it's spelled. They're like, spelt is entirely valid. Like, Americans don't even know their own language. Like, I am British, and spelt is accepted in every single form of English except for American English.
Yeah.
Educate yourself before you call someone ignorant. Google is free. Uh. What's up?
I'm just laughing about the next quest name.
I know, it's one of my favorite quest names in the game.
Oh boy, this will be cool then.
Yeah.
It's
So this is gonna cause a brief tangent when you see the quest name.
Okay.
So to pick it up, you need to have your relic equipped, and then talk to Gerald.
Yeah, it is a reference that is dear to my heart.
Excuse me.
Yes.
All right, let's see.
The horses
Just
have a
flew right into that tower.
His dark materia.
Yes.
Okay, but before we can do that, we need to have a timeout because I just watched you fly straight into a tower on stream. Like, that was right in front of you and not moving. But
What
anyway.
part of I look at chat occasionally do you not
I know,
understand?
I know. Anyway, one of my favorite interviews ever is the guy who wrote his Dark Material series was talking about. Yeah, he was doing some interview or other where he said, "I don't know why people gave the Harry Potter books so much shit for being satanic and whatever. I wrote a book about killing God and nobody seems to care." It's like, yeah. But you did, but to be fair, he didn't use the word witch. So, actually, I don't even think that's true, is it?
Oh no, there's an entire witch culture. Seraphina Pacula is awesome.
No, that's not true at all. But the witches aren't the main characters, though. I mean, they still are, but I don't know. Even trying to come up with the benefit of the doubt isn't working. I don't know. It's ridiculous. Anyway, his Dark Materia. Let's go.
Hell yeah. So you found all 4 bits and pieces, eh? How do I know? Ha! It's written all over your smug face.
No, that's just Lord's face all the time.
I am pretty smug. Does Gerald speak true, my friend? You have acquired all the items. I stand here and listen in on his conversations all day in hopes of success. Huzzah! Come, my friends, let us recreate an arm of yore.
In Jelzan's defense, what the fuck else is there going on here?
Also, he probably saw me fly in and land.
And crash into a tower, yes.
Yeah. We ain't there just yet, Jelzan. I can forge a host with the raw materials, what lore brought quick as you please. But all we'll have then is a fancy weapon without the essence of a legendary arm. How much more essence do you want me to gather? I've gathered 500 essences so far. We've still got to join it with special materia.
Literally just the one more, I think.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
By my reckoning, it's the only way to infuse our new host with the power of souls. How do you propose we fashion this materia? Should Lord gather 10 pieces of each form of Atma? No, mayhap 20? 50? Surely materia composed of 50 pieces would be sufficient. Lord's like, no, fuck you. What the hell's are you on about, old man? The answer's right in front of your eyes. The bleeding relic itself. Aye, you and Lore have done a fine job of filling the thing up with soul energy, as the ancients did. Just turn all that to materia and meld it with our new host. Make the souls ascend into an arm of legend, so I have to destroy my weapon and turn it into a new one.
Pretty much, yes.
Mm-hmm.
'Tis an awful amount of energy to deal with, though. Your average old craftsman would make a right mess of me finest smithing, and disperse the souls to boot. What we need is a real master of materia, if you catch me drift. Master Mutamix! But of course, who else but he could create such potent materia? Come, Lore, you must go to the bonfire and ask his aid at once. Surely he will not refuse the challenge.
The Catboy shocked pose is very funny.
Yeah.
Is that what you just linked in chat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
look
you
like,
did you just go, yeah?
Kind of, yeah.
You do the pose that the cat from Red Dwarf does.
I can't believe you yawned. And
Yeah.
the Makote are offended by being called cats. Come
Yeah.
on.
I really do like the way the Gabriel flies after the update.
Fuck off, Adkin. Mutamix! Halliburton and Adkin trade many tongue flaps about Sphere Scrolls, but today, Uplander seeks materia knowings of Mutamix. Uplander wants to make legendary Fighty Tool into materia. Interesting. Fighty Tool full of airy self become amazing materia. And with the knowings in Mutamix's brain case, it's possible. But Mutamix has shiver shakes. It is a very big chance game. Even with the knowings of Mutamix, cannot give word bond of success. It's a 50% chance, and if you fail, you have to do the entire quest chain over again. Brain case filled with doubtful buzzing muchly. I wouldn't put it past 1.0 Final Fantasy XIV to do that.
I mean, aren't you optimistic?
May go very, very unrightly. If Mutamix is failing, legendary Fighty Tool will turn to Bitty Bits. Airy Self go bye-bye too. But we'll give hand lending if Uplander is unweak of bladder. Ha! That's a hell of a way to say it. Give hail call, and Mutamix make trip to your stay place. Back and forth we go. And what did Mutamix have to say? Ha! I knew he couldn't say no to a challenge like this. And that means that everything's set for the great show. I've got me forge fired up, so all that's left is to tell Jalzahn you're ready and willing. Well, me adventuring friend, what say we recreate us a legendary arm? Ha 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 ha! Earn the achievement. What's Nexus? Huh. Why did I get an achievement for that and not the next step? Oh, right. There's a whole nother quest, isn't there? Do I have to unequip it now?
So I think so. Zodiac Weapon Recreation is the tab we want to click.
You are ready to recreate a legendary arm from times of eld? Then let us make the soul of your current relic ascend to a new forged vessel, and so remake a Zodiac weapon. Lilith Rod. Bum, 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 bum. And over. Yes, the Zodiac weapon we make with these will be...
What's the new name? Did you even read it?
Lilith Rod?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Yoshimitsu Nexus is becoming Sasuke's blades.
Cool.
The Nirvana.
Cool. Yes, the Zodiac weapon we make with these will be finer than aught else in the land. If you are firm in your purpose, let us begin.
And it's still a tenacity weapon.
Oh! Even better, my skill speed's gonna go up by 1.
Yeah, crit hit and determination going up by 1 for me. The culmination of our efforts is so close at hand, Lore. Come, let us call Master Mutamix, and then, to work. So I'm to be first. Well, just you watch what I can do with this old hammer and anvil. I'll forge a host for the Zodiac weapon what's got no equal in all Eorzea.
I still love that he uses the bloody hammer and anvil for the books.
Oh, here's a question. Does every Zodiac weapon, every A Realm Reborn relic weapon goes to the same NPCs, right?
What?
Like,
When would they not?
I mean, like they all go to Papalo and
Yeah.
You don't. You do. I want you to point. I want to point out we are forging 3 different weapons right now.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking about what that implies for doing a second Zodiac weapon. Like you get conned again, and you have to go track down Eldvine again.
Yeah. When you do like a second weapon, you go back to all of these old NPCs, and they're all like, "Oh, back again? Okay, well, you know the drill. Hand over all of your shit."
Yeah. Whew. Well, 'tis done. Behold the weapon precisely as it was in days of yore. All that's left is to meld materia to it.
One has to wonder why we need to get the book again, though.
Yeah.
Well, Master Mutamix, I believe that is your area of expertise. Will you transform Lore's relic into materia? This relic is very mighty fighty tool, full of airy self. Mutamix has many shiver shakes. Cannot give word bond. The secret joiny skill of Mutamix will be success. If fail, fighty tool will turn to bitty bits. It better not. Please be warned. The chance of success for turning a relic weapon nexus into materia is 1.4%. Excuse me? This is a fake out, right?
5 minutes ago when you joked about it being 50-50?
This is a fake out, right?
I don't know, is it?
Well, let's find out. Do you wish to
Only
proceed?
one way to find out.
Only one way to find out. 1.4%.
Second warning as well.
Yeah. That's the spirit. Well, you heard the bold last Mutamix. Make the relic into materia.
I feel like the joke was originally 14%, and they were like, "No, make it sillier.
Yeah.
Move that decimal point."
Then let
The fact that it's not even a character telling us it is being told to us by the game itself.
Yup. Oh, that's very funny. Then let the chance game of many heart thumps begin. If that's not a fake out, I'm gonna fucking murder you guys. Giant Eyes, does Mutamix true see? The relic fighty tool of the Uplander is no materia. Mutamix has success muchly.
This whole thing was a prank, like 7 months in the making.
I just find my body filled with stab holes covered in bed marks with a fancy new T-shirt showing all the characters.
I like the implication that I went and delivered the shirt at the same time I kicked the shit out of you. Like, I finish burning you to death, and then I just pull it out of my pocket, toss it on your smoldering corpse, and walk away. I knew you had it in you.
And then you go to Ishgard, and they're like, "Yeah, here's a better one made of regular cedar wood." That is the best part about these relic quests.
Yeah.
There's always a better one somewhere on the horizon.
I knew you had it in you, can't talk today, Mutamix. Then all that remains for us is to join the relic-made materia to Geralt's Zodiac weapon host. Now, I shall attempt to complete the arm within the Zodiac Scroll and flawless Alexandrite.
this weapon looks really good with the 2 die slots.
Oh, that looks
Oh.
cool.
Oh yeah, these weapons are gorgeous.
Tell me it doesn't glow. Please tell me it doesn't glow.
Oh, there is a glowing step, but it's a very, very cool glow. You'll
There's another chain of relic quests? There's more?
I
How
told
many-
you there was one more step.
Oh, one more step. Okay, I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about like levels of glow like the Stardust Rod had, and like
No.
no. Okay, okay,
Yeah, this is literally the last step. Now that we're here.
yeah.
okay. Tales tell of an Archmagus who struck down the Void-Sent Queen Lilith when she manifested in our realm. As his prize, he claimed her weapon, the incarnation of which you now grasp in your hand.
After long years spent spurning worldly desires, a Near Eastern hierarch rose to a state of higher being. And as he did, life itself quickened within his trusty staff, the very twin of which you now hold.
Alright, and Sasuke, the hero who freed the people from a tyrant's reign, wielded blades like these. The ninja himself bore the blood of ancient heroes, and his own descendants bore the daggers for long generations after he passed away.
Appropriately that you get this after Stormblood, then.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's some very good timing on this.
Yeah.
Actually, mine was as Far Eastern as well, come to think of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yours too. Nice.
Come, take up your Lilith Rod, born of
Nirvana.
stars' radiance, forged through heroes' might, and imbued with soul's blessing.
The chat says this is the quest line that never ends.
Some people
Lethal
started doing it not knowing what it was, and they'll keep progressing it forever just because it is.
They'll keep progging it forever. Would fit better, but
Yeah.
anyway.
Okay.
All right,
This is
now
my-
you
What
gotta
the
equip
fuck
it.
do we do now? Do we equip it?
Yeah, you gotta equip it to pick up the next and essentially final step. There might
Yeah.
be multiple quests involved, but it is effectively one stage.
This
Yeah,
is a
once,
very cool staff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once Minda gets the glow, it actually becomes one of the best looking ninja weapons in the entire game. Even now.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, when I went through this, when I would be, I have done one A Realm Reborn relic on my main, and it was the bow, which is also a very good bow. But yeah, so yeah, there you go. And now that this thing is dual dyeable, the hilt and the blade are dyeable separately, so I could do some fun things with this.
Wait, hang
Yeah.
on. I didn't know weapons were dyeable.
Yeah.
Some, not all of them, but some are. Yes.
Yeah, it's much less common for weapons to be dyeable, but some are. That one definitely certainly is.
Cool.
So you could like over here, Lore. Where are you going?
Ooh, that's pretty.
Nope, not currency. Character. Let's see.
Oh yeah, there are some. Your staff is dyeable, and that opens up some interesting options.
Oh, that is cool.
Remember, you got 2 die slots.
Mm-hmm.
The other die slot is the hilt, I see.
Yeah. Yeah, the secondary die slot on your staff is very much an accent rather than a main thing.
Cool. Well, I won't dye this one because
Because we're only going to have it for another, 10 minutes.
Yeah. Rise and shine. Lore, you see before you a man content. My studies are complete, and I am now composing my master treatise on the enhancement of arms through soul infusion. Once I have finished, I intend to return to my homeland, My journey of discovery, in other words, now draws to a close, and you won't be able to get any of the other relic weapons once I'm gone. I tell you, though, the research I performed here was the most meaningful of my career. 'Twas your deeds that led me to these new heights, and you have my deepest gratitude. Ah, and I must not forget to thank Gerald. I have an exquisite liquor from my own private cellar, a small token of my appreciation. Might I ask you to deliver it? It would be altogether too embarrassing to give it to him myself.
Geralt, we come bringing booze.
Huh? A present from Jalzahn now, is it? Distilled in Jalzahn's private cellarage, using a recipe handed down through his family for 16 generations, give or take a few generations, these mind-clearing, belly-warming, lacquer-removing spirits are as sweet on the lips as the sun's kiss.
Lacquer removing.
Ah, you'd think the bugger'd thank me in the flesh, but I'll have his gift all the same. I'm still dreaming of the last bottle's fiery kick. Just as well you're here, though. I've been meaning to have a word with you about your Zodiac weapon. See, I got curious as to the trials of the Braves, so I bargained a bit with Rowena, get myself a complete set from the She-Devil. I even laid me hands on the last tome of the series, the Book of Netherdark. What's written there surprised the living hells out of me. Seems the original Zodiac weapons each had a self all of their own, a sentience shaped by the bearer's very soul. The arms grew mightier and easier to wield of their own will, based on nothing but the character and needs of their heroes. Well, I have plenty of character, and I don't have much need of this one, but weren't just something as simple as having a piece of steel you've grown accustomed to. Those weapons were like extensions of the Braves' bodies. Aye, 'tis why they were the greatest arms of their own ages, and why they were lost. You can hardly pass a weapon down through the generations if no other bugger can wield it for shite, can you? Gerald, this is hardly what I expected to hear upon coming to bid you farewell. Tell me, do you think this tale true? He's always listening. Aye, God's help me, I do. And I even reckon there's a decent chance the recreated Zodiac weapon can do the very same thing. Mind you, any other arm, and you'd be a fool to try. But Lore's weapon's got soul and light in it. I'd wager me next 6 pints of mead it's got some form of sentience already. I'm of the mind that it ain't been fully awakened yet. So, this was the relic weapon for 2.55, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the one we're about to make, yes.
'Tis a strange concept, but I suppose we've encountered stranger in our travails. Moreover, this notion of sentience could be the origin of how these arms came to achieve their legendary status. Ha! A weapon able to choose its wielder by its own will. Fascinating. Simply fascinating. Why, I can imagine no truer ally. I can. Her name's Tataru. It ain't like to keep you company with its bantering, Jalzahn. We're talking about forging an unbreakable bond twixt the souls of the wielder and the weapon. Well, Lore, you've come this far. Want to turn it into a Crobat and then shove it in the Pokemon box? You keen on seeing this through? Dear me, it would seem as though a postponement to my homewards journey is in order. We must set to this venture forthwith. I'm glad of the help, Jalzahn, but starting out on that venture is easier said than done. Afore aught else, we've got to crack how to awaken the sleeping sentience in Lore's arm. Indeed, indeed. Mayhap we can awaken the soul within the arm via some substance alike in character. Creating a resonance betwixt souls can allow for the transference of certain qualities after all. Atma, for instance, has no sentience of its own to speak of. Yet, as the crystallized soul of a living being, it can contain a particular sense, an aspect of consciousness, if you will. So, back to the beginning. Farm 50 Atma. Alas, I fear Atma is too weak. However, some stronger variety of crystallized soul may be capable of bestowing its sense onto the slumbering sentience. Of course, for the weapon to profit by this, simply possessing the crystal will not be enough. The sense will not magically transfer itself. We will have to find a way to make the soul without connect to the soul within. Wielding the weapon whilst the crystallized soul is near could be the answer. Or we might also... Wait. The first thing you said about wielding the weapon, that ain't half bad. And it just so happens I have an idea on where you might get the kind of crystallized souls you're talking about. Lore, you'll need to pay Rowena a visit. Oh, grand. Of course, it ain't her you want, but her introduction to a bloke called Ramon. The man handles arcane goods and comes round to Rowena's place every now and again. Not regular like, though. Ramon's one what only wheels and deals in the shadows for 5 minutes every 3 days. Geralt, you are acquainted with a merchant of the black market? I knew your shady past would aid us at some point. There is no time to waste, Lore. Pray see about arranging this introduction. Okay, back to Revenant's Toll.
Yep.
Back and forth across the world. I have not met certain requirements. What do you mean I haven't met?
You had an invite to Limsa from Milena still.
Ah.
Yeah. Milena realized that dying was on the table and went to Limsa's shop.
Gotcha. To Rowena! Let me guess, you're here on account of Geralt and some weapon or another. How close did I come? Well, at least now I know why Geralt was hankering for those old tomes. Like a starved cat after a plump mouse he was. When that man starts working, there ain't naught in this realm as can stop him. Ain't changed a bit from when we were traveling around. Oh, but that's, what's it we were talking about again? Ah, that's right, you were hunted for Ramon. Well, I reckon he's the man you want, given what you're after. Of course, the problem ain't finding him. It's getting him to help you part. See, a fair ways back, Ramon lent Geralt a pretty lump of money. Time comes to repay it, and Geralt tries to run. Certain words are said, certain bottles thrown. Needless to say, Ramon hates the blacksmith more than mortal bile. Well, I don't have to tell him about him. I'll just say I want it for me, and maybe for Jalzahn. I ended up repaying the sum Geralt owed, but Ramon's kept that grudge smoldering inside him for nigh on 20 years. I understand why well enough, I suppose. Could have bought 10 manses in the lavender beds with what Geralt took. I conjure any man to be hesitant to forgive and forget after that. What the fuck did he do with all that money?
I don't know, but 10 manses is 500 million gil.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So I that may so that
She
may
must be
an
exaggerating.
exaggeration.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might even be able to afford most of what I've got mount-wise.
Yeah.
Huh. They'll let you know the particulars, so give you your introduction. But best to keep in mind that folk as work in the shadows are real sticklers for their code. Won't deal with a soul what's broken it, nor their friends. So run on back to Hurstmill and tell Geralt that Ramon's in his usual haunt. But I don't think the merchant will touch you with a 10-fold pole unless the dolt apologizes in full. Okay, hang on. I want to get a close-up of Rowena. You do not look like you're in your late 40s. Anime faces, everybody.
Anime faces. She's got that Bulma aging cream.
You mean the Dragon Balls?
I mean...
Because that's
when
actually
past her-
canonically what Bulma
It's
does.
actually canonical, yeah, I love that.
She has an actual reason for it, too, besides vanity. She's making sure nobody can use the Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
Which I think is a cool character motivation. But yeah, she's also incredibly vain. Huh? What's that about Ramon? Just like that gill-pinching bastard to not deal with you unless I grovel at his bloody feet. I just nod. You'd think it water under the bridge by now, as it's been a full 20 years since... But it ain't the money, is it? It's the woman. Oh! Oh!
Yep.
Never you bleeding well,
Yeah.
my who? The points that
Well,
Ramon...
welcome to the greatest soap opera in this entire fucking game.
What did she see in him? The points that Ramon won't just forgive me, no matter how long or loud I apologize.
I mean,
Passion for creation, which, you know, we keep rekindling, but he's not being able to keep his grip on it.
God, Geralt shows up to Ramon's place, and Ramon just goes 7 seconds till the end. Have you considered that a gift may say more than words can, Geralt? Surely you know of something dear to him. Yeah, Rowena. You heard all that, did you? Yeah, he's always listening, Geralt. Also, you were shouting? As it happens, I can't rightly remember what Ramon likes. Well, say for a bottle of liquor or 3. Yeah, Bulma will wish to look like 2 years younger, or get like a magical boob job or whatever piece of vanity she does. Both because she's incredibly vain, and explicitly she said that it's so nobody can use the Dragon Balls.
mm-hmm.
Then the fiery liquor I gave to you is the answer, is it not? He's already drunk at Jalzad. Now, don't talk nonsense. It ain't every day I can drink such fine spirits. That liquor's mine, and mine it's going to stay. Fine, for the sake of the bloody Zodiac weapon, I'll part with me bottle of sunshine. You will not regret this, Gerald. Though I am sorry to say, that bottle represents the last of the spirits I brought from Rodzat Han. God damn it all! Please, Jalzon, at least tell me you've not run out of the ingredients you'd need to brew a potion. I have not, though all of my alchemical equipment is now buried at the bottom of my luggage. But pray tell, what would you have me do with them? No, she, since the very start of Dragon Ball, she has the Dragon Radar, which she constructed to home in on the Dragon Ball's specific energy output, because it's detectable. And so she tracks them down every time they turn back into Dragon Balls instead of stone, and gathers them up and makes a wish. Something I read in the Trials of the Braves. For now, let's just say we'll need a potion or the like if this awakening business goes to plan. Now, Lore, if Rowena said Ramon's at his usual haunt, then you'll need to make your way to Swift Perch. Once you find the bloke, give him... I need to give him... Just give him this bottle of sunshine and say it's from me. Get yourself some of what he's dealing, and then hie off to battle. Sense will pass to your weapon through soul resonance, and the more blows you strike, the sooner its sentience will start to wake. No doubt the Zodiac glass will aid you in taking measurements of the soul resonance. Once you have imbued your arm with enough senses, return to me, and I will do my utmost to see its potential realized. I don't think Bulma has explicitly said why she doesn't just wish to be immortal. She may not be interested in immortality. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, like, it's also, she also says in one of the movies that she only does minor upgrades because she doesn't want people to notice.
Yeah.
That's why she only ever wishes to look like 2 years younger and not, 20 years younger.
She wants to look 36 for the rest of her life.
Exactly.
Rather than going from 38 to 20.
Mm-hmm.
God, this reminds me of, like, you keep getting fans of 14 saying something happened with Y'shtola where she stopped aging. I was like, no. The reason why her currently stated age is younger than her younger sister is because she's lying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the joke. Like, not everything is magic. Sometimes a joke is just a joke.
Yeah.
Women be lying about their age is not particularly deep.
Yeah. Oh, this is not what I expected Ramon to look like. Nice shades.
I'm using those shades on my blue mage now because they blend into my mask and make it look like I've got more monstrous eyes.
Nice. Good evening. Lore, isn't it? So I thought. I've been expecting you. This must be Gerald's token of apology. What an exotic aroma. I'm afraid no bottle of liquor, be it ever so fine, can quell the hate I bear the man. However, I will accept this olive branch nonetheless. But surely you came as much to rouse something from slumber as to lay an old grudge to rest? No need to explain, not to a man with a web of 1,000 eyes and ears. You seek to awaken the sentience nestled within your zodiac weapon, or am I wrong? God, it's so funny that he's got the A Realm Reborn design quirk of funky glasses, detailed hair, detailed torso clothes, and yellow sweatpants.
Yeah.
So I thought. I must say, even I was surprised to hear that Gerald succeeded in recreating a Zodiac Brave's arm, and amazed to learn the weapon concealed yet another secret. Now, of all my wares, Mahatma should serve best to bring that secret to light. I have 12 types all told, each the shard of a soul with a distinct sense contained within. I cannot say if it will be what Gerald was expecting, but attaching them to your weapon in careful order should do something. As one who once sweated over the anvil, I am intrigued to see what. The merchant in me, however, cannot give Mahatma away for free. My price is Allegan Tomestones of Poetics. Rowena will never more be mine, but I would still aid her with these where I can. And you needn't worry about me. I may deal from the shadows, but I dislike shadowy dealings. When you are ready to purchase Mahatma, simply say the word, and produce the Allegan Tomestones, of course. How many tomestones is this going to cost?
600.
Do I have 600?
I do not. So we might have to do this another day.
Oh dear.
I forgot that this part also costs tomestones.
I have 1,200.
The
Okay, so
final
you're good.
chapter begins. Paladins only need to affix Mahatma to Excalibur.
How many
Okay.
tomestones do you have, Wolf?
I have 525.
Okay, so we can't do this today. So let's just not even bother.
Yeah.
Instead, let's do MSQ.
Cool. But first, do you mind if I take 5 minutes and run my air conditioner?
That sounds fine.
Cool. All right, I'll be back in 5 minutes, guys.
Okay.
Alrighty. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do a couple MSQ roulettes or something or other to get them.
I wonder if he will take Atma of the Ram. I still have that in my inventory.
Yeah. Sadly, he will not.
Like, mate, I'll give you 2 Atma for 1 Mahatma.
Also, we should probably repair gear after running a dozen dungeons.
Yeah, it'd be 2 dozen more for this, unless we're lucky and Orenvale is the bonus one.
Yeah. Yeah, my plan was to like do the usual thing of like hunting through a couple of the quick and easy ones to see if we could find the one with the bonus. So yeah, it'll be somewhere between 1 and 2 dozen runs,
Mm-hmm.
which is fairly quick and easy. If we had 600 poetics, which we do not. Well, you do, but you're the only one.
I'd commented on how prepared I was, except this is just what's left over from last time.
Yeah, I completely forgot that that this step also needed poetics. Otherwise, I would have suggested we do 1 or 2 like dungeon runs over the week. But
We will be doing the
Nevertheless.
follow-up, right?
Hmm?
We will be doing the follow-up quest as well, right?
yes,
Good.
yeah, it's the intention is to do the follow-up quest immediately after this one. So actually, this kind of works out because that means we get to do a little MSQ today, and
Yeah,
otherwise we would not have had time for that.
yeah. And how soon are we popping him onto Anima and Eureka weapons?
I don't know. Probably August. I think we'll do well because next week is the last week before Lore takes his vacation. So we'll do MSQ and finish the weapons this week. We'll do the same thing next week, and then after Lore gets back from vacation, we'll do Eureka. And then we'll have something to do off screen in August.
God, my outfit has been so recontextualized.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been thinking about that. Especially because I had a similar outfit going into Dawn Trail as well.
I mean, we're not necessarily skipping Anima. We're definitely going to do the Anima weapons as well.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since they're some of the coolest looking weapons in the game.
Yeah.
I wonder which one I should go for.
Yeah, that one's going to be the animal weapons are going to be a little bit trickier to do off screen because like so much of it is just poetics. And it's like, what's that going to be? Are we just going to do MSQ roulette with Lore every day for ever? I mean, I guess he does still have other jobs to level, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my, as I mentioned, I'm trying to get my rolls up for the roll quests, and to do them all in one batch.
Mm-hmm.
I did start the tank ones, and I've kind of just left the guy asleep in the snow. I don't think that's a very healthy idea, but still.
Yeah, yeah, I did. Well, because like I was leveling Pictomancer and Machinist with MSQ quests mostly, and the occasional roulette every day, just to keep them topped off. And so I was keeping up with the role quests because I was under the impression that we needed to do the role quests to get the artifact gear, because that's how it worked in Shadowbringers and Endwalker.
It did not work that. It did not work that way in Endwalker. It was just dying in Endwalker.
I was just dying in Endwalker. Okay, and then it ended up not being necessary. So yeah.
Yeah.
I would honestly kind of recommend just like waiting to do role quests until you're already level 100, because they're much more fun to do in one batch.
Yeah, but I agree.
And also like the NPC for those role quests wanders around a bit, so I was like, all right, I left you somewhere in or around Ishgard. Where the hell do I do this quest again now that I'm level 96?
Yeah, that's why I didn't hand in the quest. I'm just leaving it in my inventory, well, it's in my journal, which is also why I have left a man to freeze to death.
Yeah. Yep, I have done that. I've since done that one, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
The fact that he even addressed how dangerous that is, like, okay, bye.
Yeah. All right. We should probably repair our gear before we go on to MSQ, because we've done like a dozen dungeons today.
Cool.
Only thing I have that's damaged is my earring.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, little tip.
There's a repair guy right over here.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Merchant and
Little
Mender.
tip.
Cool.
The Azema's earrings will apply for when you are level 90 or below. Full stop. This includes if you are currently playing with a job that is above that level that has been synced down. So if you manually equip the earring, you get the massive boost.
Nice.
Huh. That is a useful tip.
Nice.
All right, so we're heading to Ralgar's Reach.
Ralgar's
I used
Reach.
my return instead of a teleport, so you're on your own.
Ralgar's Reach. Let's look at the map. Up this way.
Ironvol's Adventure. My second place was Bando.
When last we left off, we had just killed Xenos. And that was in May, late
God,
April.
that was in May, yeah. Man.
It was either the first weekend in May or the last weekend in April. I forgot which.
We have been busy.
Yeah.
We bought this freedom with blood. That of our friends and our enemies. I'll be damned if we're going to give it up again. Right, Lise is in charge now. That feels weird. That feels so weird. A boxing emote, huh?
Come to see how
Voice acting! High definition character models.
Since we took back Alamigo, but there's one big issue we still have.
Man, they must have been working on the graphical overhaul from basically the moment 6.0 dropped. Because they've done every model in the game, right?
Most of them.
Yeah, they've basically all been upgraded.
Well, like, to be fair, like, most of the models are just, like, based on a template. So, like,
Well,
Like
true.
they're just doing like skin textures, affects all skin, you know.
True. I suppose they just upgraded the NPCs and enemies. They didn't upgrade most of the rest of the game that much.
Also, grass. Grass has got a huge improvement. Actually, that reminds me, I meant to make this joke last week. That's like my one complaint about the graphical update. As a Lalafell, the improved and much thicker grass, not something I appreciate so much. bit of an issue as a Lalafell player. It's slightly inconvenient. How much thicker the grass is in this game.
The clothing textures are often still lower at the moment, though. They are working their way backwards through them. So as patches go, they'll be updating older and older gear.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like your jacket was introduced in like Endwalker, I think. The Rebel coat was, yeah, I think that was an Endwalker item. So yeah, like that's already gotten its textural improvement.
Thanks for making me get that, by the way. That is a huge upgrade to Loreweaver's canon design.
Yeah.
Leadership. The Domans had Lord Hien ready and willing to take the throne, but we've got no one like that.
I wonder if they're going to elect you, Lise.
Theodoric was our last ruler, and he wasn't called the Mad King for nothing.
High definition Lise feels so weird.
Suffice it to
Lise
say,
in
our
real
people have
lighting.
their fill of kings, which means we need to find a new way forward.
Democracy!
If only it were that easy. Everyone and his uncle has an opinion.
The warrior of lighting.
For the time being, we're just going to have to keep leaning on General Aldin and the Alliance for support, and see if we can't find a solution together.
What if it's a localized effect around the Warrior of Light that upgrades the resolution on everybody, and when I leave, everybody goes back to a little bit less detail?
Flowers retract into the ground.
But if that's what it takes, I'm ready to talk till my jaw aches.
Maybe... Hang on, Lise? Listen, I love you, but maybe let someone else do the talking.
The reach is yours, Nago. Don't do anything I wouldn't.
Aye, aye, Commander.
I mean, one of the better aspects about Lisa as a leadership position is she's willing to listen to people smarter than her.
True. That
A
is
lot of
very
leaders will
important
not do that.
for a national leader.
Don't worry, it's nothing bad. That said, this might not be the best place to talk. Will you join me?
I mean, heck, I'm pretty sure one of the reasons that we're attributed to winning World War II is that Hitler famously didn't do that.
Yeah. Hitler was stupid, and he inflicted that stupidity on everyone around him because he thought he was better than them. Might you be interested in a spot of adventure? Say no more. Or rather, keep saying more. I'm listening intently.
After all, we were adventurers before we were scions, were we not? After routing the Imperials and liberating El Amigo, I reckon we've earned a bit of respite, don't you? And what better way to spend it than by returning to our roots? So, what say you? Shall we call on Alphino and go adventuring?
Do you think he'll listen? Oh my god, such high definition character model. Holy shit. This is luscious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, the graphical upgrade is intense. Look at the lighting, too. God, twist my arm, why don't you?
That's what we do, I suppose. I say with a smack.
Oh, that's thunder. Hey, everybody, if the stream cuts out, power went out.
Yeah,
Vargas says no.
I also have a thunderstorm around here. I had to step out for a second to close a window.
Right then.
So I might also disappear suddenly without the stream.
It's so funny. During that one-shot stream where I said that, exactly 60 seconds later, my power went out. Right then.
Again, Vargas says no.
Right then. Let's go and find Master Loreweaver. Actually, leave that to me. I want you fresh for our little adventure. Wait for us by the Aetherite, and we'll be along shortly. See you there. Are you sure I'm not better equipped to convince Alphino to do stuff? Fair enough.
He likes Arendelle. They've spent a lot of time together in MSQ.
Yeah, fair enough.
Elena. Going once. Going twice. Oh, moving.
Up.
There we go.
Hey. Man, it's... The graphical update is intense, but it wouldn't be nearly this cool without the lighting update.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The lighting update is the biggest thing.
Like, look at the car's shininess.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, then we immediately go into shadow.
Man, finally, this doesn't look like a 2013 game.
Mm-hmm.
Greetings, Lord. 'Twould seem we are to accompany our involved on some manner of escapade. Have you any idea what we've gotten ourselves into? Allow me to explain. It'll be something of a history lesson, but I'll try to be brief. No snoring, if you please. Now, the events I would speak of occurred before the occupation, back when Alamigo was still a monarchy and Theodoric sat the throne. A uniquely brutal despot, by all accounts. That he was. The King of Ruins suffered no rivals, real or imagined, and his dispute with the monks of the Fist ended with Rhalgr's Reach being burned to the ground.
Also, just a little anecdote. Kid me was so angry when he found out that Depot and Despot was pronounced so differently, despite being almost identical looking words.
Despo and Depot. In the latter years of his rule, he was seized by the unshakable belief that unseen forces were conspiring to steal his crown, and so he ordered that every soul with a claim to the throne be executed, including his own family. The wealth of the poor sods he put to death became the property of the king, and it's said that these royal treasures were hoarded somewhere in the palace. Thus was born the legend of the Mad King's Trove.
That would make an amazing Sonic the Hedgehog level. A deep in one of Eggman's bases, Despot Depot Zone.
Ha! I believe I see the direction of our adventure is to take. I assume you have a mind to unearth this hidden bounty. You assume correctly! And would I also be correct in assuming that this legend is widely known? Others must surely have gone in search of your prize, tempting as it seems. Yeah, but the others weren't me, Alphino. God, he's small. Well, of course we won't be the first to make the attempt. Following Alamigo's liberation, more than a few eager soldiers turned the palace upside down in hopes of claiming an easy fortune. But even after scouring every room from dawn till dusk, they uncovered not a single coin. Their gold lust drained away as quickly as it had come, and the legend of the Mad King's Trove remains simply that, a legend. Are we about to do a dungeon?
There's also the fact that Arenvold stands very tall, what with being half Highlander and half Garlean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even you're only just bigger than him.
Yeah. But I see you have no intention of letting the story end there. What self-respecting adventurer would? Imagine the three of us delving into a decades-old mystery. Tell me the thought doesn't set your heart to racing. Why did I get the boxing emote when the boxing emote was not involved in that exchange at all?
Because why not?
If anyone can find that treasure, it's us. But even if we don't, the adventure will be reward enough, I reckon. Yeah, let's have a good time. Kill some monsters. Kill some monsters. Aha, fending, slaying, aiming, healing, casting. You almost see the wheels turning.
All of which is woefully out of date because we're already at like almost max gear level for this expansion. Because we've been doing other shit in the meantime.
Yeah. The news of Doma and Alamigo's liberation has kindled the flames of revolution in every corner of the Empire. I hear the Imperial province of Dalmasca has already risen up in rebellion. Hey, foreshadowing.
Oh, you've heard that. You've heard about that, have you?
Yeah, have you? Which means the Garleans must surely have their hands full. What better time than now to indulge in such a diversion? Tellus are involved. Have we any clues as to where we might begin our search? Well, judging by how the other treasure hunters fared, nosing about the palace isn't like to get us anywhere, so we'll probably need to, ask around? Would that be another way of saying no? Well, yes. I see. In that case, I shall pay a visit to the Allied archivists and request access to the records seized from the Imperials. The Garleans are meticulous about such things. If they uncovered the trove during their occupation, the event is certain to have been recorded, and the trove emptied, guys. In the meantime, the two of you can track down those who worked as palace servants and officials in Theodoric's day. Given that they would have been at least 20 at the time, you will be looking for people who have seen 40 summers or more. Anything they can tell you about the king and his bloody deeds may prove useful, so be sure to listen well. Are involved. Pray try your luck in the fringes and the peaks, whilst Lore makes the rounds in the Alamigan quarter. Huh.
Yeah, everything okay? You just cut out.
Yeah, you cut out real bad there.
Okay, which is very odd. And there I was thinking I was the party leader. Not that I mind, of course. Let's be about it, eh? We can meet afterwards at Gilbard's Gate. Oh, I know what happened. I muted my mic to Snuffle, because my nose was clogged. I unmuted it, and then the fact that I have it on a 1 second delay means that the mute covered up the start of what I was saying.
Yeah.
It was the end of what you were saying that got cut off.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, you went,
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
And went black.
Well, no, I am curious.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Di?
Yeah, he just went, Arenville, pray try your luck, and then he just went dark.
Weird.
Until the next line, ha.
Weird.
Oh, Chugbucky, I haven't talked to this yet.
Oh, hey.
I don't know why I still bother picking up Chocobo Keeps whenever I see them. It's not like I've ever used them.
Completionism.
One of the S ranks only spawns if you take a Chocobo Keep.
Huh. Cool. In the palace... Oh, no, not me, lass. Surely you've heard stories of the Mad King. He used to hold public executions among the divine audience. Anyone, and I mean anyone, suspected of conspiring against the crown was flung from the top of those steps. Suffice it to say that I stayed as far away from the palace as possible.
The Kethis Central Highland S rank spawns if somebody's reduced to 1 health, which before Gunbreaker's Super Bolide meant the only way to trigger it was to fall into Witch Drop like you were being executed.
Well, that's clever.
You want to hear an old maid's stories, do you? Aye, well, most of what I know of the Mad King is common knowledge. We'd only see his Royal Majesty when he deigns to attend the executions he'd ordered, and after a while, even watching his enemies die wasn't enough to coax him out of hiding. They say he started seeing assassins in every shadow, and wouldn't set foot outside the palace walls. I was offered work there as a royal servant once, but the mere thought of it left me in a cold sweat. Hey! I got this thing. Aye, I served at the pleasure of King Theodoric and lived to tell the tale. One of the palace guards I was. Truth be told, it was a dark chapter in my life, and one I'd sooner forget. Hardly a night went by when we didn't hear blood-curdling screams echoing from the inner chambers, which, of course, we were under orders to ignore. So we'd stand still as statues, trying not to imagine what horrors were unfolding within. If you're hell's bent on finding out what happened in the palace, head down the street here and ask old Arnold. He was the king's head scribe. Noted. Yes, I am Arnold. What do you want with me?
Hey, Arnold.
You would have me dredge up some decidedly unsavory memories. Yet if Alamigo is to move forward, we must needs acknowledge the misdeeds of the past. Very well, I shall tell you what I remember. I take it you know of Theodoric's paranoia and the public executions of his kinsmen? Those were terrible enough, but in his last days the king's fevered mind settled upon an even grislier method of disposal, which only a chosen few were unfortunate enough to witness. His Majesty ordered the court thaumaturge to unleash a vile curse upon the remaining members of the royal family, a magic which transformed them into fiends of hideous aspect. The resulting monstrosities were then cast into the darkness below the palace. Even now my sleep is troubled by nightmares. If others of Theodoric's blood were prone to share his madness, then mayhap it is a kindness that the monarchy ended with him.
Yeah, right. Where's our boy?
Excellent timing as ever. We have but this moment returned from our own intelligence-gathering efforts. Since we're all here, why don't we share what we've learned? Allow me to begin then. As promised, I scoured the Imperial records for any mention of fantastic treasures, and found precisely none. Well, that's optimism inspiring. Which is not sarcasm. It is just possible, I suppose, that a corrupt official deliberately hid the fact of the trove's discovery, hoping to enrich himself. But I find it rather unlikely that so valuable a find would stay secret for long. I conclude that our prize either does not exist, or that the Imperials somehow overlooked it. But what of you, Lore? Were your investigations any more fruitful? Turned into monsters? And what could he mean by this darkness beneath the palace, I wonder? I met an old man in Alighieri who spoke of the palace's subterranean prison, but he said naught of cursed abominations. The Imperial archives were also silent on the subject of fiends inside the palace grounds. Could this...
I heard that thunder over the mic.
Yeah. Could this scribe fellow have been spinning her a yarn, do you think? Did you believe him, Lore? His fear seemed genuine. If he was afraid, that does lend credence to the tale, though I'm not sure how that helps us in our search. Do not be so hasty. Earl's anecdote may very well have told us where the trove is hidden, but ere I share my theory, there is a matter I would clarify. Clarify away. Arnval, you spoke of light-hearted adventure, but I sense a deeper motive for this expedition. Why are you so intent on finding this treasure? It wasn't all pretense, I swear it, but... You're right. My father was in the Imperial Army, a man of Garlean blood. I trust you know what I mean when I say that my Alamegan mother did not welcome my arrival. Yikes!
Yeah.
As I grew, she would check my brow over and over, convinced that a spot on my skin was an emerging third eye, like the kind you see in pure-blood Garleans. My mother did not care for this taunting reminder of my heritage, and took up a knife. War paint serves to cover the scar. In the end, she turned me out into the street, and I was left to haunt the alleyways of Alamigo, a feral child who got what he needed through begging, cunning, or worse. The best I can say about the years that followed is that I survived, but I hated the animal I'd become. 3 Days Grace starts playing in the background. Eventually, I left the city behind me and joined a group of refugees bound for the other side of the wall. It was then that I turned to adventuring, and that road led me into the company of the Scions. I tell you this so that you understand. I know all too well what poverty and hunger can do to a person. I drew steel on ordinary folk for a measly crust of bread. With Theodoric's gold, I could spare my countrymen the shame of living like that. Thank you, Arnval, and I apologize. That cannot have been pleasant to recall, but I felt it best to be clear in our intentions. Hey, I'm down for this. Well, Lore, are you content to surrender the treasure to Arnvald's noble cause and claim the thrill of adventure as your reward? I demand 1 magic staff. Then I should be glad to tell you my theory on the resting place of the Mad King's trove, if you are minded to hear it. Several cutscenes will play in succession. Casting... Completed.
Honestly, you probably should have gone for something other than casting, because you've already
Oh,
got...
right, yeah. Oh, well, too late now. Well, out with it. What's this theory of yours? Alphino seems eager to share his theory. Actually, mayhap it would be better if we first adjourn to a more suitable location. How close are we to the dungeon? Just for gauging.
This is it.
Oh, okay, good.
We're like going there right now.
Excellent. In case a rival treasure hunter overhears our plans, you mean? Good thinking. That was not exactly the reason, but is certainly a valid concern. Let us reconvene on the southern edge of Loch Seld. Hey, you're back in your glam. Alright, where's the goddamn exit?
I mean, you could just fly up.
I can't get over... Oh, I can get over it. Why did I think that was the top?
I'm trapped in this fishbowl. You can fly.
Wow, that is some bright-ass sand.
Yeah.
It really is, yikes.
Come now, Alphino. Don't leave us in suspense. Let's hear this theory of yours. Forgive me. It was not my intention to draw out proceedings. I simply wished to have the lock in sight while I explained things. So, do we have to be standing in knee-deep water for... Well, for you. It's ankle-deep for Arnval and I. Forgive me. It was not my intention to draw out proceedings. Prior to the great flood of the 6th Umbral Calamity, the salt lakes you see before you were yet dry ravines. And this, believe it or not, was the site of the ancient city of Skalla, which rose and fell during the 5th Astral Era. For what we know of the period, the city was already deserted by the time the waters began to rise, having been all but destroyed by war. Yet its ruins remain to this day at the bottom of Loch Seld. It is my belief that the darkness beneath the palace mentioned by Theodoric's former scribe was not a reference to the prison, but to a place still further below, the ruins of Skalla. I further surmise that the Mad King's unfortunate kinsmen were cast down there not simply out of a desire to punish them, but to discourage exploration. Theodoric wanted to keep the ruins secure. Alright, so you and I are able to breathe underwater. How's Arnvald gonna get down there?
Alphino isn't.
Was Alphino? Oh, it was Lise I was with. Oh, wait, Alice.
you mixed up Alphino and Alice.
Oh, please.
Just for this?
I'm not the first person to do that.
You've got to remember that the boy isn't very buoyant.
Yeah?
Wait, you're saying they were meant to guard the Mad King's trove? Precisely. Oh, look at that smug smile on his face. And since we know the court thaumaturge was involved, we can safely assume that any entrance into the old city will have been magically concealed. Which would explain how a legion of Imperial soldiers, and the gods know how many Alamegans, never found a trace of the trove. We, however, have certain advantages which they did not enjoy. Lore, would you be so good as to swim down to the bottom of the loch and search for an underwater route into the ruins? While you do that, Arnvald and I will seek out an ensorcelled portal within the palace. Alright, I guess I'll get swimming.
So while you've been in that cutscene, I've been watching Zidane bow in front of Garnet, and he keeps dunking his head below the water.
Alright, let's see this.
Yep, Zidane's drowning himself.
I don't see them doing it on my screen.
Okay, you're gonna have to like reshuffle so that they're standing in front of each other.
Oh, no. Yep, he's drowning himself. Alright, in we go, I guess. Hey, I got the Mountain Zoo. Oh, wow, yeah. It does tilt. It does tilt a little when it turns.
That's not the Mountain Zoo, that's one of the Falcons.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, that's the one you've had a long time that Tomo gave you.
Right.
Oh, very Christmassy.
Yeah, what are these?
I did have a candy cane today.
Your salt crystals.
Maybe like salt elementals?
Nice shark. Discover a passage that appears to lead under the palace foundations. Press on!
Oh yeah, that's the mount that comes from ocean fishing.
That's pretty cool. It's a shame I'll never get it.
We should do ocean fishing on stream sometime. I forget, with this time zone configuration, does the ocean fishing start right at the time stream starts or an hour later?
I am not sure.
Okay, so you guys have complained that some of the stuff that I've proposed us doing would not be exciting stream content. And you're coming at me with fishing as stream content?
No, fishing would be like... We could probably... Honestly, we could probably rebrand this stream as an ocean fishing stream if we wanted to. It's like a gacha. Like, it would be... It's like a slot machine. It's a whole, like... thing. We would get in on those gambling highs.
Fair enough. Lore, it's Alphino. We have searched the prison beneath the palace and found a teleportation portal concealed by enchantments. The markings indicated leads to an underground cavern. What news on your end? And you believe it leads into the ruins? Then I dare say we will be able to meet within. Go on and head through the door. The giant stone door that you have no chance of pushing through. By the way, I took the liberty of calling on a friend for help. I guarantee she's both dependable and discreet. We'll see you soon. The drowned city of Skalla now accessible. Oh, it's already open. Okay.
The friend, incidentally, is the red-haired Makote who hangs out around Ehrenfeld a lot of times.
Jamalda, is it?
I think so.
Let me check. Duty support.
Yeah, Jamalda.
Yeah, Jamalda.
Jamalda.
Jamalda. Okay.
Jamalda. Yeah, she is the third duty support member in this little crew. If we were to do that.
Nice.
Yeah, they didn't used to mention the friend.
Yeah. So of course that dialogue is new as well because.
All right, pass me leader, please.
I mean, I already have it set up for mid-miles. I'll let you read the dungeon description, and then I'll let play when you're ready.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
The drowned city of Skalla. Long ago, in the dawn of the 5th Astral Era, the modest nation of Skalla was founded in the land of Girabania. Over the span of several centuries, its people constructed a grand city of stone at the bottom of a steep-walled ravine. But even this natural defense could not protect Skalla from destruction during a terrible age of war. When the great flood of the 6th Umbral Calamity later swept across the realm, the hollow ruins of the city were lost to sight, its remnants submerged beneath a raging sea. Haunting the depths of what is now Loch Selg, Skalla's silent walls lure adventurers into the salt-laden waters with the promise of mysteries unsolved and treasures unclaimed. That is a very different dungeon entrance effect.
Yeah. Well, it's underwater, so
Yeah.
weird. There are only a handful of those. I think most of them are in Stormblood because they were.
Oh, hey,
just so
it's
pleased
a
with their-
somber version of the Alamegan anthem.
Yeah. It's a good theme. Yeah, there are only a handful of those, and I think most of them are in Stormblood because they were so proud of their underwater swimming tech.
Yeah, it's probably because there's no ground for them to have the normal effect come from.
Mm-hmm. We are minimum level, so we're doing these one pull at a time. Or at least we probably should.
Yeah.
We can always try more.
If you want. That's up to you, Milena.
Yeah, we'll leave that up to Milena, the healer.
Yeah. Well, then, if you want to go more, we can go more. Otherwise, I'll leave it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the storm has already stopped.
It's not very stormy, but the sky did get very dark very quickly. It kind of looks like night all of a sudden, even though it's 3:30.
Yeah, it looks a lot like night here as well.
I should be zoomed out. And yet I'm still hearing thunder.
Ralga's blessings. I hate these things.
Kelpie. Oh, that's a cool horse. Tell me you can get that as a mount somewhere.
I wish.
Yeah. It does have a really good blue mage spell, though.
Youch!
Whoop.
Speaking of which, run, Hydra pull.
Kaboom!
I don't know if it still does, but this used to have one of the hardest double pulls in the game.
The one right after this, yeah, it's still a little tricky just because the hallway is so long.
Yeah.
Tether.
Hydra
What
push.
do we do with the tether?
Run away from it and don't stand in the water. You're getting drop C. Also, it's called Hydra push.
Oh, hydro push. Okay.
Yeah, he has push and pull. You need to watch his cast path.
You called out hydro, and I thought it was pull again. My bad.
I did say push.
I did say my bad.
Yeah, he said Hydra and you stopped listening.
Four.
Bloody puddle.
It is hydro pull.
Yeah, those puddles were placed in bad places.
Yeah.
So I just use arm's length.
Yeah, I probably should have used arm's length as well. Oh well. This gear is also going to be pretty useless for what our level is at, since we've done all of the raids already, but...
It can look cooler.
Yeah, some of it does look cool.
Noom.
Oh, this is a Star Ocean enemy.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Crap. The foe bad, the opposite of the friend good. Ha!
Ah, okay, it's not actually a ship. I did not mean to use Living
There's
Dead.
the
My
rain.
hooks.
Now the rain's picking up around here.
Nice.
Ah!
Come on, guys, get into the death room, please. Thank you.
So rarely get to go into dungeons with Reaper. Because, like, 90% of the time when I do dungeons, I just pick whatever is in need. Whatever the adventurer in need is. And so, that's not DPS very often, unless it's Alliance Raid. And being Alliance Raid is a whole different animal than just doing, like, a 4-man dungeon.
Oh. Right, blood weapon is delirium now.
Yeah, blood. Yeah, they folded blood weapon and delirium together. They're the same move.
It was like, I'm low on MP, I'll use blood weapon. No, I won't.
Foul.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I like it just because it makes the burst phase a lot easier to press. Less of an arthritis speed run to hit all of those buttons at the same time.
Oh, before we go into this fight, Minda, eat something. You need to be well fed.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Should I eat something as well?
Nope, it has to be either a Mikote or a Hrothgar.
Okay.
Keep an eye out on the look inside the ads when you destroy them. You'll see why it had to be a cat.
Is it going to be mice? Ooh, right. That AoE's directly on my ley lines. Thanks for that.
Remember, you got between the lines to go straight back in.
That is true.
Okay.
Kill the ads?
Yes,
Yes.
and like I said, look inside them when they die. Wait, what the? Why isn't it? What?
It's just
That's
a...
strange.
Huh.
Surely they haven't removed the Easter egg. There's supposed to be a cat inside of it, a fat cat.
Huh.
Maybe there's only like a chance of it to appear.
No, it's supposed to be guaranteed if you have a well-fed,
We have a well-kept Mikote.
yeah.
That's
You've got
very
a fat
weird.
cat in the party.
Cloak transformation. Hex, hex, hex. Ah! Ow.
Okay, maybe
I could have
maybe
been hexed
someone's-
into something cool.
No, but why? I'm sad now. Also, that was the worst timing to be hexed because that was exactly as I'd used delirium. I just lost the entire use of it.
Whoops. Oh my god. Hex again.
Oh, do they not move anymore?
Seems not.
They used to rotate, so you'd have to time it. They had to change things for trust.
Yeah.
Well, that's a shame that the Easter egg's gone.
Yeah. It is very stormy out.
Nice.
Ah, shame. I wouldn't have minded those armed guards.
Oh, that's a hell of an altar.
Yep.
Cool.
This section's changed. There's a bridge now, but before Trust.
Minda is Pokeballed.
Oh no.
Did we lose Minda in chat? Did Minda's power go out? Yo, Minda. I think we lost Minda, guys.
Oh no.
Hey, I hear you.
Yeah, I'm on my phone, so.
Lost power?
Yep, it's coming back, so I'll turn the computer on. Just keep clearing trash without me, and I'll be back in a couple minutes.
Okay.
Right, sir. Yeah, there used to be a circle that would transform you into that Zangbetter thing, and you'd fly across the opening.
Oh, cool.
But they had to make concessions for the Trust, sadly. Later Trust is a lot more intelligent, but they're
I mean, surely they could just code it so that the trusts do it when you do it.
yeah, I mean, it's probably wasn't really worth it when they had to rework the entirety of the MSQ all at once.
Yeah, fair enough.
They probably would have had to like rework how the ability works to like do that effect to NPCs in the first place. That's just where like my brain goes when wondering why they changed it.
I'm moving slow. Oh, hey, I get a materia. I've been slowed. Okay, I'm unslowed. Let's go to the defending pass. Rotting Royal, we finally meet one of these things.
My computer is on, but my router is not coming back just yet, so can't log in until the internet's back.
Yeah, we'll get to the final boss and we'll wait for you.
Alrighty. Do 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 do.
Do 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 do.
I'd make a joke about soloing it, but I can't do that at this level on especially Dark Knight.
And on minimum item level to boot.
You can 3-man it with minimum item level, I'm sure. It'll just take a while.
I could probably solo it if it was if I was on Warrior. Maybe even Paladin.
Running Royals have text boxes when they die. I will keep an eye out for that.
So, those are human corpses.
Mother, father, I come to you now. Oof.
Alright, switching off of my phone and back to computer.
Okay.
Sweet.
The outfit they're wearing is the Alamigan
Oh,
armor.
damn it, I
but,
popped ley lines right after that AoE spawn. Like,
Is that-
as the AoE spawned, I popped it.
It started off as a tombstone gear, and then has
Hello?
a few. Hello.
Hello.
Has some,
I cannot hear
yeah.
you.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Oh. Oh, there we go. I muted. I muted myself. Okay, there we go.
There's a version of the outfit they're wearing after they've turned human again in Dawn Trail. It's craftable, and its default colors are pale pink and lime green. It is
Ew.
the ugliest color scheme I have
Ew.
ever seen. With a pale pink and lime green on a brown
Like the
base.
hell's burn for you.
Alright, in the queue.
Release at last.
Is that a portrait of
That is-
Theodoric?
That is one hell of a hairstyle.
Yeah.
When do we get that?
I don't want it. You can have it.
I mean, I just want the hair from Dawn Trail. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Mid is not with us yet, guys, so wait.
I know. I know.
Yep. Alright, I'm coming.
There should be like a special hair dyeing vendor there.
Hey, Leylines is back just in time.
Yeah, so that's one good thing with me making you wait.
This is a cool boss. Herodric Poison Tongue.
Yeah.
One of Theodoric's family.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's do this.
Watch his movements. If he raises his claws, you want to be behind. If he raises his tail, you want to be in front.
Okay. Claw is still behind. Is that tail raise?
Yep.
Ow! Okay,
Why did you
it's
go
a wide
sideways?
cleave.
Yeah, you have to actually get in front of him, not like it's not a cone, it's everything behind him.
Yeah.
Oh, that was centered on me. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. I was a little worried when you started moving. Look away.
He's ouch.
He's just looking straight at you and murdering you.
In true Black Mage fashion, I focused more on the flare cast than on getting out of the way. Alright, looks like that's centered on me. Tails up. Uh-oh. Ow!
What's that?
I've given you a Blackest Night Law. I don't trust your health. Oh god, I'm glad I did! The shield broke and he still nearly died.
Alright, getting away from everybody. Good.
Look away.
Oh, come on, I turned away. Enjoy that 169 damage I'm dealing to you, Milena. Okay, I'm back in control.
Oh, get in front.
I was too late.
Ah, I made it. Okay, I'm gonna move this way.
Honestly, when you've got something like that, it's usually best to stay still and let everybody move around you.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, if there's multiple donuts, it's a good idea to group up. So all the donuts are centered on the same place. But
Uh-oh, we lost our healer.
Uh-oh.
get in front, get in front, get in front.
Damn it. Alright, we gotta speed kill this thing.
Mean the limit break.
As soon as we're done with this mechanic, I will.
Get behind.
Got him! Nice! Alright, we've probably got something cool we can use as the background here.
Oh yeah. A lot of shit around here. Oh wow, it's so windy that the wind is coming in through my front window, which has an awning over it.
Ooh.
So that almost never happens. So that's interesting. But yeah, I think back here by the, I think back here by the portrait is where we're gonna go.
Alright, everybody roll on the loot so the treasure coffer disappears.
Ooh, a minion.
Yep, I already have that, so I passed on it.
Can I have the chest, please?
Sure. Yeah, that is a neat little chest piece.
Cool. I'll pass the minion. Okay. Let's deepos then.
Sweet. That was a cool fight. Fairly simple, though.
It is just a dungeon boss.
Yeah, true.
I say after playing Dawn Trail, Jesus Christ. Oh, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun to see you deal with.
Oh, Milena just used a gill throwing action. Ah, welcome back, Count Bob, to the end of the stream.
Okay, screenshot incoming.
Bum ba dum ba dum bum bum.
How's that?
Looks pretty good.
Awesome.
What do you think, Minda?
Yeah, that looks great.
Sweet.
Right. I shall share it with everyone then.
Oh, Minda already left.
It would appear this place is yet inhabited by King Theodoric's kin, or what is left of them. The work of terrible magics, I fear.
Terrible, aye. But their misfortune is our fortune?
Quite. By the 12, there is even more than I imagined.
It's a pretty rad selection. But how are we go? Oh, right, you found a portal.
Oh, I can't wait to see the look
Ooh,
on
this
Lucy's
is
face.
pretty different with the new lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. Alright, I would love to stick around for the, for the closing of the stream, but I'm going to turn my computer off before there's another power outage.
Yeah. See you later, man.
Yeah.
Alright, see you later.
I'm just going to turn in this quest and then call the stream. So.
Yeah, makes sense. Alright, I'll see you, well, I'll see you sometime during the week, because we're going to have to run MSQ roulettes or something to get some poetics.
Yeah, we'll have to do one roulette, and then we'll all have enough poetics for it.
Ought to be, yeah. Alright, I'll see you later.
Adios.
Ciao
Bye.
for now.
When
Bye.
Arvold asked me to lend my spear, I didn't imagine it would be for such an adventure. I'm grateful for the chance to be a part of it. Well, you weren't a part of it, Jamoldva, sorry. Gods, but what a dark and treacherous trek that was, with abominations waiting for us at every turn. In other words, it was a proper adventure. Arvold and I tried to do our fair share, but I fear you ended up bearing the bulk of the burden, as usual. You truly led the way with your adventuring prowess, my friend. That is the name of the game. Aye, without your help, I reckon we'd still be fumbling about in the dark. I'm glad I called on you. I must say, I'm still reeling at the sight of that mountain of riches. What, like how you reeled at the sight of that floating specter, you mean? I wish you could have seen the look on your own face, Alphino. Must we dwell on such momentary lapses? We found the Mad King's trove, and that is all that matters. Okay, yeah, that's where we're going to end this stream then. Feels good to be doing MSQ again. We're going to finish the Relic quest next week, and then continue with MSQ. Shouldn't take us very long. But yeah, it's good to be back to MSQ after 2 months. It'll be cool to progress a while. We're gonna do MSQ for a while, and then probably take a break for Hildebrand.
There's also the trial series that we need to unlock for your MSQ.
Yeah, that too. But for the foreseeable future, we'll be doing MSQ. So yeah, I will read my schedule and get off. Before I do, I would like to plug my Patreon, which you can find at patreon.com/Loreweaver streams. The link's also in the description of the YouTube video and can be found with the ! Patreon command in Twitch chat. I make my living off of Patreon. It's my sole source of income. And I make enough to pay my rent and my bills, but I'm mostly just scraping by beyond that. I make about $500 to $550 per month off of my stream Patreon. And significantly less from my blog Patreon. And I'd really like some more stability. Some savings for medical emergencies, for if I need to replace stuff. Even just enough money to save up a little to commission artwork or get $10 takeout once in a while. I'd be grateful for any of that. So if you could go to my Patreon and pledge $1 a month or $1 per stream or anything in between, pledge a bunch per stream if you really want to change my life, because it would, I'd be grateful. I'm grateful to everybody who pledges, because you're the reason I have this strange, silly job that I love so much. If it weren't for you guys, I would still be a telemarketer. So, thank you. That was a horrible, soul-sucking job that I hated. I'd also like to plug my YouTube channel, at Loreweaver on YouTube. The link's also with the !YT command in Twitch chat. I upload all my streams to YouTube. Everything from the last 8 years is up there. The full Final Fantasy XIV playthrough is up there. There's a wide variety of games up there. I'm sure you'll find something you like. If you're watching this on YouTube, I stream live on Twitch almost every day at 1 p.m. EST at twitch.tv/Loreweaver15. The link's also in the description of the YouTube video. Come hang out and chat. It's a good time talking to people while I play stuff. I'd love to see you guys in chat live, or even just watch me live. It's a good time. Finally, the schedule. Tomorrow, I'll be continuing Star Control 2 for a patron. Monday, I'll be continuing Wolfenstein: The New Order for a patron. Tuesday through Thursday, I have blocked out for 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, again for a patron. I'll probably finish the game in that stretch. I may change the 18th to watching the Path of Exile League reveal stream. We'll see. And do 13 Sentinels on the 19th, but we'll see. I don't have anything currently scheduled on the 19th, which is Friday. And then next Saturday is, of course, Final Fantasy XIV. So that's what's coming up. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. And I will see you next time.
Ciao for now.